What is happening, everybody?
Hi.
Mackerel was switching around again.
Oh, crap. Sorry. I'm sharing it everywhere, guys. I sucked today, and I didn't share
Oh, boy.
our video anywhere. I'm so sorry.
Hello.
I take 1 week off, and look what happens.
Everything falls
Everything
apart.
just falls apart.
But do you like my glasses?
I love your glasses.
Aren't they cute? They have little baby stars on them. You can't see that, though.
And why are you wearing those glasses?
Because it's Flag Day,
It is.
and it's 4th of July in, like, a minute.
Couple weeks.
It's also Burger Day today.
And Whiskey Day.
Bourbon Day.
Oh, I thought Dad said Burger Day.
I did say Burger Day. That's what I thought you
Oh,
told
burger? No, bourbon.
Oh, bourbon.
Oh, whiskey and burgers. I'm good with that.
I'm good with that, too.
Okay.
We can do that. We'll make that today. CTC says it's Whiskey and Burger Day.
Okay, that's good.
Anybody fight us on that?
What's up, Christine? What's up, Mom? What's up, Heavy Metal?
Andrea and Arthur.
Hey, John. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn jumped on. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
Welcome to the crazy.
Definitely.
Well, I have to say I'm glad to be back.
Did you miss us?
I'm glad you're back, too.
I did, but I got to
Wow,
give,
really, Dad?
I got to give a shout out to Lindsay, though, because she did a good job.
She did.
She really
a good-
did.
I didn't mess it up or anything.
No, you didn't. I was
Doubted me.
I was out to dinner with the bosses, secretly looking at my phone, going, the show's going.
The wife hasn't
Not-
called and
Not
nothing's on
bad.
fire. We're good. We're good.
No, she did a
There
good
was a
job.
minute
Yeah,
where I hit something and it did weird stuff. But we're good. We're good.
yeah, it's all
Totally fine.
it's all part of the game.
Yes. I spent an hour and 45 minutes with your lovely wife.
You gonna
Almost with a straight face.
Do it? You gonna do it again tonight?
I know. I wasn't
Almost.
supposed to do this. So.
Oh, well, somebody had to talk so much.
Well, John said he misses seeing you on the show, so
Hey,
he
John.
really wanted to have
Well,
you
John
back on
can
the show
miss
again.
you on the show with
Yeah.
his butt here.
You'll miss me again next week, John.
Okay, I don't know who else I'm supposed
We have to say
do.
happy birthday to the Army too. Today's Army's birthday,
Happy birthday.
so
Happy birthday to the
lots of things going on today. It's a busy day.
It's a busy day.
I'm in a different seat tonight,
I broke
so
a-
it's
I
harder.
broke Rumble.
It's harder for me to see the screen, so
Do you want me
I really can't.
I gotta take my glasses off. I'm so
you
sorry.
Better take your glasses off. So,
I have to hi.
you're just now getting caught up. What are you doing?
My eyes are adjusting.
Can you see everybody that's
I
up there?
can't. Give me 2 seconds. I got out of Rumble and I messed it up. There. John's on Rumble. What?
Yeah, see there.
There you go.
He's doubling it tonight.
He's double doing it. I didn't get to see who's on there. You wanted me to see who's on there.
I already said hi to everybody.
Okay, good.
You weren't
Thought
paying
you said you
attention.
couldn't see.
I don't remember who everybody. I know Christine, John.
You don't remember everybody who's on there, Dad? That's awesome.
Marilyn's on. Andrea and Arthur are
Andrea and
on.
Arthur, Marilyn,
Christine.
my wife.
Mom, yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
You're good.
Hello, everybody.
I'm sure more
Chat.
people will jump on as we get going here.
Okay.
So a lot of people are jumping over to Rumble. I like it. I really
Rumble
like
it up.
Starting to build
I'm
up
chatting
Rumble.
if you guys want chat.
Yeah, welcome to all the Rumble
Rumblers.
goers out there. Rumblers.
The Rumblers.
Yeah, the numbers are
Get
good.
ready to rumble.
Yeah, we're getting good. Getting good
numbers
on
are
Rumble.
good.
They're
Yep.
getting up there.
Yep.
How are we doing on Spotify?
We're building, not as much
Nobody
as I'd
knows
like
about
to,
us.
but yeah, I mean that's the
Spotify,
thing. Just
Spotify.
still trying to get that out there. Anyway, quick shout out to our sponsor, Americano Ammunition Coffee, best
I'm so
coffee in
excited.
Arizona. Why are you so?
I
excited?
don't know who's going to be there tomorrow, but I have a business meeting that I have to do. And I was like, oh, I'll bring you coffee from Americano Ammunition Coffee. They're the best. And she's like, oh, that sounds great. So I might have you another customer.
Nice.
I know, right? And I get to write it off.
How come everybody has the same voice when you do?
Huh?
Everybody that you imitate has the same voice.
That's how everybody sounds in my head.
Oh, okay. Just asking.
And I got to say, so I
You
had,
should hear Keith. He's like, wah, 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 wah.
wow,
She knows how to hurt that. It's all right.
It's been a
the
long
abuse I
day.
take. I'm telling you.
That's what happens when you're gone.
So I do have to say, I did get a chance to try the Whirlwind, and it is delicious. It is really good.
I don't think they have any more. If they do, I might buy them tomorrow.
I think, well, that was a trial run for them, right?
I know.
So they were trying
but they
to see how
had
they
some
did.
bags still. But if they do, I'm gonna buy it tomorrow.
Well,
Is
they
that
need
the one I drank? Excellent. Excellent.
It's so
coffee,
good.
Yeah.
they need to make more of it because it was really good.
I'm gonna ask them tomorrow.
I'd say it's what?
Just the same
Mid-
same stuff, Andrea. The same. Sorry, she
What
said
was it,
anything new
midnight?
from
What's that?
what?
It's like mid. It's not dark.
Hey, no, it's not a light though. It's not. I don't think
No,
it's a
it's
light.
not.
roast.
No,
It's
it's a
medium.
mid because
Yeah,
it's got both.
Medium.
A schmedium.
Medium.
I said schmedium.
No, it's really good though. It's very flavorful.
Yeah, very good.
Very
Go
flavorful.
to the bottom. Go back. Go to bottom comment, please. Bottom.
that one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything new yet, but all I try is the lemon. All I keep getting is the lemon pound cake because it's really good.
Delicious. It's delicious. Speaking of that, Red Hen Bakery, they have partnered with Americano Ammunition Coffee, so they can find
have
their goods
goodies.
in their store.
They have
which is kinda
goodies,
cool.
and it is so hot.
It is kind of warm. I don't know.
I'm gonna put my hair up.
More people in the studio tonight.
I know the dogs are making it hot.
Yep. Go check out our website, www.coffeetablechronicle.com.
Woo woo.
All kinds of fun stuff on there. And yes, like Lindsay said before, we are on Spotify. So get CTC on the run. I keep
Literally
uploading.
run with us.
I keep uploading new episodes. I try
We're
to
not
do
running, but-
like 2 a week. I try putting 2 a week on there.
Oh, and old and a new.
Yeah.
Does it let you go back and number them?
No. Well,
So they're all just in random order?
yeah, they're all in random order. Because I stopped numbering our episodes a long time ago. I don't bother numbering our episodes anymore.
How are you going to watch them in a row, though? Or just good luck and have fun?
You read the titles. If it says part 1, and you follow up with part 2, and then part 3, and then
You want to know what? Click your buttons. I have popcorn to throw at you, and dogs will eat it. So it's like clean mess.
So I put some memes of the week together. John, I got your memes late today. I didn't have a chance to throw yours up there, but
Did you make
I will
ours?
use those for next week. Yes, I did.
Yes!
I did. See?
We have a personal made meme.
We do. So I saw this one. Straight pride. It's natural. It's worked for thousands of years, and you can make babies.
Woo woo!
I like that one. This one was great, just because I was just in San Francisco. Giant mural of Greta Thunberg in San Francisco. Imagine that face watching you while you poop in the street.
That's terrifying.
So they literally have an app. This is how sick this is.
Oh, it's so gross. They were telling me about this.
I think it's called the poop app, is what they call it. It literally tracks
Where people are
fecal
shitting.
matter in the city of San Francisco.
Like where the most shit is.
Right. How insane is that?
Isn't that lovely?
Did I track Nancy Pelosi too?
Like, is this is the block that you're the most likely to get Hep C.
Right? Could be.
Sounds great.
Liberals who think there are more than 2 genders when they realize the B in LGBTQ stands for bisexual, which means only 2 genders.
What? Oh, that's good. Oh.
I thought you'd like that one. I figured you'd like that one.
You know I do. It makes me happy. Yes.
Right?
It's a little late,
Yeah.
but I hate to say it, I would buy one. I would go buy
If it
one
had him on it, yeah.
just for that.
Actors and their stunt doubles.
Oh my God, that one for The Rock looks just like him. The one for Will Smith, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't know who the bottom guy is, but that definitely looks like his twinsy.
That's oh shit.
The
what the
guy
hell
with
is
the stick.
Yeah, he plays Thor. Jesus, what Chris Hemsworth. Hemsworth?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hemsley?
No, I think it's Hemsworth. Is his last name. Yeah. No, he does look like him.
The other ones don't look similar. That bottom corner, they
The
don't.
two to the right look very, very similar.
They don't look similar.
No?
Bottom right, you mean?
Yeah, bottom right.
Yeah,
not
personality.
similar at all.
Personality wise.
It's like twins to me.
This is great because we are talking about the movie tonight. The 1980s were filled with fun, memorable toys. The E.T. finger light was not one of them.
Wow. How many buttholes did that go up?
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Now, why would you even ask that?
Because that's what I'd probably have to pull out of buttholes.
And Vic's secret instead of Victoria's. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, he can keep that secret. We're good.
Yeah, this is true.
What is that?
They get one day, they get a whole month.
What is that?
I have no idea.
That's pride.
Pin the tail on the donkey gone wrong? I don't know.
Is that like axe throwing only with wieners?
I don't know what it is.
It's nothing you want.
You don't know what he looks like?
What?
You know those chicken defeathers? That's what he looks like.
The pluckers?
The chicken pluckers. You put the chicken in it, and all the feathers come out. That's what he looks like.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
This is going to be a long night.
When you realize it's only Wednesday.
And yes, that is our cat. And yes, that is our kitchen.
There's Seymour.
I thought
And yes,
that
that
looking
happened
good.
on our kitchen table.
the other day.
You don't know what we have to do? Go back.
Working on Build Back Better plan.
Wow. Go back to ours. You notice a nice piece of dust on the thing.
Yeah, I did see that. Glad you pointed that out.
Sorry,
Thanks.
guys. We
Appreciate
have a
that.
dust problem.
We have a dust problem. We have a dog problem.
We do have a dog problem. We have a dog.
We'll have to
fur
read some
problem.
comments because I cannot see the comments. So I'll leave that
What
to
am I
you.
eating? I am eating chocolate covered raisins and popcorn because we're going to the movies.
We got movie popcorn.
Mine
Actually-
has
it's actually
extra
not bad.
salt. Mine has extra salt. It's really
Yeah,
good.
yours has extra salt, all right. Freaking heart
It's
attack
really-
in a box.
It's going to be great. Actually needs a little bit more.
No, it doesn't.
And you wanted me to share that
All
with you.
right.
Chris Hemsworth
That's what I said.
is what John said.
Close. Yeah.
Wasn't that right? Didn't I say Hemsworth?
You were
I thought I
close.
did.
You were
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
I'll give you that. You were close.
Good enough for good
Oh, my
memory.
good.
All right, we have a lot to get to tonight, so we should probably dive right in.
Do it.
Let's go to the screen that you wanted.
That one.
Change some
And
things
flip 'em
around here.
so you guys can read it.
Make it nice. There we go. So, a lot of movies to talk about. You guys did not finish your list from last week, so we're going to kind of kick it
We
off.
only had Dad's like, oh yeah, we're almost to the end, and I was like, yeah, we have like 30 pages left.
Yeah. You had a
No,
lot. You had quite a
wasn't
bit.
30
wasn't 30
pages.
pages left, but you had quite a bit.
22.
I don't know. What's the difference?
He's not going to say anything. 22 to 30 pages, not much. Garlic salt is the best on popcorn. Yeah, Christine, I almost did that. Did you guys see Boris?
You can hear you crunching in the microphone, by the way.
Yes, you can.
Didn't your mom ever teach you to chew with your mouth closed?
No, we need popcorn. Did you guys see Boris in the video?
That was fun.
We've missed Boris.
I had to go back and find some of those old
I
videos
remembered
we
all
did.
those as you were pulling them up. I was like,
Did
oh,
you?
that was good, and that was good. I remember that.
That was fun. That was cool.
Okay, Dad, you ready?
Ready for what?
Jumping right into it.
Oh, okay. We going right into
I'm
it?
going to tell
Yeah,
you,
we're
and you're
already
going to
in
read
it.
your thing like you always do.
Yeah, whatever.
1963. Steve McQueen, Natalie Wood, Love with the Proper Stranger. Love with the Proper Stranger?
That's correct.
Oh.
Love with the Proper Stranger, yes. That's the name of
Is
it.
there love with a bad stranger?
I don't think I know that movie.
Well, we'll talk about it in a second. Is
All
it-
right.
A sales clerk at Macy's at Macy's department store finds herself pregnant after a one-night stand with a musician who does not even remember her.
Yes, that's true.
Keith, is that about you?
Wow, that sounds like a musician's life.
Yeah, well, definitely, definitely.
Not mine.
was that you?
Not mine, but you know.
Well, actually, what this is about, obviously, it's about abortion.
How is obviously that about abortion?
Because I'm going to get to that in a second. It's
Well, you
about
can't just start out with that.
Sure, I can. I can do anything I want.
Oh, you can do anything you want to do.
It's about the theme is about abortion, the norms of conventional marriage, and adulthood. The film tells the story of a first-generation Italian girl, Angie Rossini, that's Natalie Wood, a sales clerk at Macy's department store, as you said, who finds herself pregnant after a one-night stand with a part-time musician, Rocky Papazano, Steve McQueen. I had a hard time accepting Steve McQueen as an Italian, but I let that go. Natalie Wood portrays a sensitive but strong, independent woman. McQueen is his usual aloof and rebellious self. It's slow-moving at times, but very well acted, and although depressing at times also, the ending is well worth the wait. It's very unique for Steve McQueen. It's not really his type of movie, but he did a real good job in it.
Was this one of his first ones?
No, it wasn't one of his
Like
first.
middle?
In the middle somewhere, but it was one of those ones he doesn't usually play very often. A romantic lead in itself. He's always like that anti-hero, stuff like that. He's really not easy to like in this for the first 3/4 of the movie because he's a scatterbrain. He doesn't seem to care, and she's very independent, so she's not going to put up with any of his crap. And, so there was kind of a conflict of the two personalities. To make a long story
Right.
short, when she went to him to tell him she was pregnant from that one-night stand, he didn't remember anything, but she wanted him to help her get an abortion. So they
Like, how did she even find him?
she tracked him down because he was a musician. So
Oh, like back to the places he played.
the Union Hall, and that's where she tracked him down to.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
But they try to go get the abortion, and he makes her back out because she sees the environment and what it looks like. It certainly wasn't a doctor. It was some kind of a crankpot. And so they argue, they go their separate ways, but they always seem to be bumping into each other. And she invites him over for dinner one night, and they start out really good, and then they get into an argument again, and he walks out. But to make it a long story short, she had mentioned to him, he said to her, "What do you want out of life?" And she said something like banjos and angels or something like that, or banjos and music or something like that. So
Just something random.
without telling you the ending is really good because obviously they get together and everything, but how he does it, how he tracks her down and meets her outside of a Fifth Avenue store. I don't remember if it was Macy's or not, but it was a store like that. And he does something to gain her trust, and they fall madly in love again and live happily ever after. The reason I picked this film was because it does address some of the difficulties of finding out you're pregnant and finding out it's a stranger that is the father and the conflicts that come with that. It's much more common than we like to think. And the way they handled it was kind of like not the way I would recommend they handle it, but it all worked out at the end.
But even bringing up abortions, I mean, back in the day, I mean,
the 60s.
anybody doing abortions back then would be they were probably butchers. I mean, they weren't anybody who.
Oh, no, they weren't doctors.
Yeah.
Unless you had a midwife, some of them knew a little bit more, believe it or not, but most of them were butchers. You're absolutely right. So, like I say, it's a cute story. It's not fast moving by any stretch. In fact, I wanted to walk out a couple of times. But as I sat there and listened to the dialogue and watched the two act, they were really good on screen, both of them. And you sort of get caught up in the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You don't like Steve McQueen very much for most of the movie, but he changes all that at the end. But it's a movie well worth watching if you can catch it on HBO. I think it comes on HBO once in a while or something like that. It's a good movie.
Okay. 1963. A Child is Waiting?
Right.
Psychologist Dr. Matthew Clark is the head of the Crawthorne State Training Institute, one of the first boarding schools for developmentally challenged children. Dr. Clark is sympathetic.
What intrigues me about this is the subject matter, because back then they didn't discuss that too much.
Like having a special child.
Right. It wasn't like, it was kind of like quiet, and you never really said it. And people didn't even use that word at that time.
Right.
They used a word that I don't like. But it wasn't really talked about a lot. And the way they handled it in this film, it's really good because you can see the difficulties of being a parent and having that type of child and trying to get the help, and nobody wants to deal with you. And it's very frustrating. And I think the entire cast was good, especially Judy Garland in her particular role. I was shocked at that because I knew she was an actress, but this was a real dramatic role for her.
Was she the mom?
She was one of the
Doctors or nurses or something?
patients or something.
Oh.
That she would get involved. I only saw this once, so I don't remember that much about it. But I liked it because of the theme and the fact that nobody would talk about that stuff back there. And that was, 1963?
1963?
Yeah, see, that was hush-hush, so that's what I liked about the movie.
That's good, though, that they're bringing it to light.
Right.
So 1964, Fail-Safe. Fail-Safe will have you sitting on the brink of everything. A technical malfunction sends American planes to Moscow to deliver a nuclear attack. Can all-out war be averted?
Yeah, this is like back in the time when everybody was worrying about Russia, not China, but Russia, and attacking us, nuclear weapons, and everybody was, I guess, paranoid about it.
Yeah.
And this movie depicts it in an interesting way because Henry Fonda portrays the president.
Okay.
And what happened is we accidentally blew up parts of Russia. We sent missiles over
Accidentally.
there. And we tried to recall them, but it didn't work. So this is the best scene in this whole movie is he's in a war room with his interpreter, and they're talking to Moscow and the premier of Moscow, and they're trying to figure out a way of making this all go away. and Moscow's demanding that they have equal strike ability on New York or someplace to make up
Retaliate,
for
yeah.
retaliation for what
To call
happened
it even.
in Moscow, and they're arguing back and forth. They don't know what city to choose, and they keep trying to get like remote cities and things like that. And Moscow's not buying into it. And finally, they have to settle.
Moscow's like, no, you took Moscow. Like,
Yeah, so exactly. So what they finally decided on was New York City, and
because there's nobody there.
well, yeah, there was a lot of people there. And the thing is that I believe the president's wife was there in New York at the time.
Oh no!
And
So of
also-
course he's trying to be like, no, no,
And also a couple other people. And
can I have Chicago?
exactly. So anyway, they didn't let Russia do it. They had to do it. So they had
What?
they had to send their pilots to New York and to drop the bomb. And
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
they didn't even do it themselves. They
No.
made us do it.
Right. Well, you couldn't trust them to say, yeah, you have a free hand to drop
Oh,
nuclear
that's
bombs.
pro. That's pro.
So they,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was a nuke. That was just a.
well, so the crew had to go, and the crew also had family in New York.
Oh.
So it was really it's a very tense movie. And like I said, the best scene is
That sounds like one where you'd be on the edge of your seat the whole
definitely,
time.
yeah. And the war room scene is really remarkable, the way they did it. Henry Fonda was really believable as the president.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's well worth watching. It's a good movie.
Then we've got Doctor Strangelove.
That movie I've heard of.
How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Yeah.
An insane American general orders a bombing attack on the Soviet Union, triggering a path to nuclear holocaust that a war room full of politicians and generals frantically try to stop. 1964 sounds like it's, hey, let's blow up the world.
Well, there was a time when everybody was paranoid, but this was particularly a satire on all the other movies that were out there. It's supposed to be a dark comedy. Peter Sellers portrays three different people. He portrays the President of the United States. He portrays an advisor, and I forget what the third part
What?
was.
How do you get to be three people?
Well, he played three different roles in the movie. And George C. Scott was in it. He played an insane general that wanted to blow up everybody. It was a crazy, crazy movie.
That's cool.
Peter Sellers is funny anyway.
yeah,
He's-
but it wasn't Peter Sellers funny.
Oh,
It
wasn't
was like a dark
really?
character. The whole thing was, I personally thought the movie sucked. But because of what they tried to do with it, I thought it was interesting to bring it up because they took a complete opposite view of everybody else. And it's like to try
Doctor
to...
Strangelove had a great cast, including James Earl Jones
Yeah,
and
oh
Slim
yeah, he was good too.
Pickens.
He played a pilot. He played pilot in that, yeah. Slim Pickens was a pilot
That sounds
also.
interesting.
The famous scene in there is when they let go of a bomb, and it's caught up in the door in the back. The bomb.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Bomb door. So he goes down as the pilot to volunteer to go down and try to loosen it, and they loosen it, but he's still on it. So he winds up dropping
with the bomb.
with the bomb. And as he's going on, he's got a cowboy hat on.
Woo!
And he's like,
I mean, if you're gonna
"Yahoo!"
do it.
It's just a whacked out movie.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Totally whacked out.
1965. Slender Thread. College volunteer Alan is working alone at the crisis center one evening when he receives a telephone call from a suicidal caller, Ingra Dyson. Bum,
Yeah,
bum, bum.
That's Sidney Poitier as the psychiatrist and Anne Bancroft as, I believe it was Anne Bancroft, as the potential suicide person.
Suicidal caller.
And well, you say Sidney Poitier and Anne Bancroft, you don't get much better than
Yeah, I
that.
like him. I like Cindy.
They're both good. She's good too.
Either one of those people are.
So most of the dialogue goes between those two people. So you stay kind of glued to your seat just listening to the dialogue and how
To them go back and
he's
forth.
trying to talk her down through the whole thing. Again,
cool.
I only saw this movie once too, so I don't remember the ending. I try to
Well, I'm
catch.
assuming she doesn't die.
I tried to catch it the other day on TV, but it wasn't on anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, it's a well acted movie, and it does put an emphasis on suicide.
That's cool.
When you hear the statistics in it, you'd be amazed at how many people.
Even back then in 65, that's crazy.
How many people succeed and how many people attempt suicide all the time.
That's
people
crazy.
you wouldn't even believe. I mean, nuns and of course entertainers and ball players and chefs and mothers and
People you don't
fathers.
think.
I mean, it's just incredible.
There's mental health everywhere.
Well, and you got to remember, the drugs were pretty big in the '60s. I mean,
Yeah, but this was more related to personal issues. And
Yeah.
And you weren't allowed to talk about things, like you kept things to yourself. Then we have Fahrenheit 451. I've heard of this. I've never seen it. 1966. In an oppressive future, a fireman whose duty is to destroy all books begins to question his task.
Right. This is a weird movie. I watched
A
this.
fireman whose duty is
Well,
destroy all books.
It's not a fireman. That's what I'm going to say. But it's a weird story. It's sort of like, how can I describe it? It's like
Yeah, I remember it as a book, Christine. That's what I
Yeah,
remember it as.
yeah,
We were supposed
but
to read it. I never
It's
did.
like a George Orwell 1984
kind of thing.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That
Very strange. Very strange. But the fireman is really a cop. And what his duty is to go around and outlaw all these different books and burn them. That's why it's called fireman.
To get
and
rid of
burn
them.
to get rid of them. It's a real weird one. It's
So
probably,
we're erasing history.
sounds like Germany.
well, there you go. You can pick that out. Well, it sounds like maybe here.
Yeah.
Scary enough.
We're getting rid of history. Yep.
Yeah, because he gets delusioned with, the censoring literature and destroying knowledge, and eventually quits his job and commits himself to preserving, libraries and cultural writings. Fits right in with, like I said, George Orwell's 1984. It's a weird
Interesting.
movie. Very weird.
Very interesting. And then we have 1967, In Cold Blood. The two ex-cons murder a family in a robbery attempt before going on the run from the authorities. The police try to piece together the details of the murder in an attempt to track down the killers. Bum, bum,
Yeah, this is done more like a semi-documentary film. I mean, it is a film. It's a crime.
It's less of a movie and more like a documentary.
Yeah,
like you
but
said.
it has all the depictions of a movie with the dialogue and the acting and everything. But it's shot like a documentary because it starts with the two bad guys, and then it goes to the scene of the massacre, and then it goes to people tracking them down, and of course Truman Capote's in that as a writer that comes into the picture
That's cool.
to interview them, and he got Truman Capote. I don't know. Everybody knows who he is. Obviously, he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany, I think. Yeah, but he was a weird character himself. But he was traumatically, I should say, affected by this movie and the book, because
Really?
he spent almost a year and a half with both people that were on death row, getting to know them, and that's how.
What a story, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he was starting to write the book. And he realized how bad they were and how sick they were. And he felt sorry for them, but he even went to their executions when they hung them. So,
Yeah.
but the movie is a tough movie to watch because it's in black and white and it's very dark. When I say dark in theme, so it's a tough movie to watch.
That's cool.
It's a little gory, but not overly gory. But you get the drift of everything. How they slaughtered the Clutter Fair. And by the way, that house is still there in Kansas. You can go there, I think, and visit it. I'm not sure if people live in it, but I know it's still standing there.
Is it a real story?
Oh, it's a real story. Oh, yeah, this happened in 1958.
Well, that's what I
think.
was like.
Oh, no, this is a real factual story. Oh, absolutely.
So he spent time with those two ex-cons.
Yes, those real,
Oh,
the real
okay.
ex-cons, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remember the name of the town. It's in Kansas. Wow, I can't think of it. But you can go there and you can actually visit the home.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very weird. That's a good place for ghost hunters.
There you go.
I'd love that house.
Yeah. I don't know if people live in it, or you might have to have permission. I don't know. I don't
I'll
know how
ask
that
him.
works. Yeah. But
Nine-
it is a good movie.
1967, in the heat of the night, a black Philadelphia police detective is mistakenly suspected of a local murder while passing through a racially hostile Mississippi town. And after being cleared, is reluctantly asked by the police chief to investigate the case.
All right.
Well, isn't that screwed up?
Didn't they remake this? Wasn't there a remake?
They made a TV series out of
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
But-
I was going to say, that's what I've heard it up for.
it. Yeah. But just jumping back to In Cold Blood for a minute, because we always try to show a reason why I chose these movies.
Yes.
It basically is that the way people react to violence is so different, and there's people that make them out to be heroes, and there's other people that overreact in a different way as villains, and people people are weird sometimes and how they handle,
Sometimes?
things
Dad
like
says
that. Yeah,
sometimes?
sometimes.
People are weird all the
I
time.
didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
You're good. Now you got to talk about In the Heat of the Night.
Well, that's an obvious choice for me because it's a conflict. It's taking place down south.
I think it's funny that they suspect him of the murder, and then after he's like
Yeah.
not the murderer, they're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, do you want to
Because they saw how good he
help
was.
us?"
Well, when he first came, he came from Philadelphia. He was
So
a
funny.
detective. And when he interacts with the southern sheriff, who was Rod Steiger, they clashed right from the beginning. Clashed. I mean, they do not like each other. And in fact, there's one famous scene where Rod Steiger calls him boy, and he says, "They call me Mr. Tibbs." So it's like you could see the friction there between the two people.
That's good though.
But-
That's a good movie.
But Steiger recognizes the talents he has as a detective, and like you say, he winds up using him. But it's a really interesting movie because it's all about racism,
Yeah.
and even to this day we talk about racism. But here's two people: one guy from the South, I mean, really a Southern rebel.
Like redneck and be rednecking.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Yankee
and
from PA.
He turns out respecting this guy from Philadelphia, and they turn out to have a good relationship.
Did they catch him?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I don't want to tell everybody everything. They want to watch the movies. That's why I don't tell you the end.
Just because they caught him doesn't mean you can't watch a movie.
Whatever.
You don't watch a movie to see if he caught him or not.
Christine says it was an excellent movie.
2001 Space Odyssey.
I remember this movie.
1968. I graduated in 2001.
Did you?
Yeah. After uncovering a mysterious artifact buried beneath the lunar surface, a spacecraft was sent to Jupiter to find its origins. I thought it said to find all of its organs, and I was like, what?
No, they found their organs. There was no problem.
To
with that.
find its origins, a spacecraft manned by two men and the supercomputer HAL 9000.
Yeah, how? Yeah.
Wasn't Roy Scheider in that?
No.
Or am I thinking of something
No,
else?
you're thinking of a
Stanley
film.
Kubrick, Kair Diella,
Well, he was the
Gary
director.
Lockwood Williams,
Stanley Kubrick did all the Alien movies too.
Yeah, he did.
William Sylvester, and Daniel Richter.
Yeah.
Richter?
I don't know.
Richter?
Richter.
Richter?
I watched this movie 3 times,
I've never seen it.
and
We're not watching
It was
it.
boring.
I'm not a sci-fi.
It was
guy,
boring.
but to me, it was extremely boring.
Yeah, it was a very
But
boring
when you
movie.
look at the special effects, which I'm going to talk about now, the film was widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential films ever made. Ever made. Now, I don't
Ever
see-
made ever?
Yeah, ever made. What does ever made mean?
Ever made ever? I was
But
making.
I can't see it. But like I said,
Right.
I thought it's because I'm not a big sci-fi guy. But I don't know. To me, like you said, it was boring.
I'm a huge sci-fi guy, and I thought it was very. I mean, I watched it as a kid, but it was boring to me.
What I did like about it was the director walked away from the norm in writing, in directing and making a movie. He had very little dialogue through the entire movie. Very little.
What? Yeah.
And when it was dialogue, it was short and to the point. What most scenes?
Oh, what was it?
Well, most scenes had a visual scene with music behind it. And most of the music was classical music from people like Johann Strauss and Richard Strauss. So that's how weird that whole thing was. It was beautiful. The way it was filmed and everything was beautiful. The special effects, the way they did everything was unbelievable. But to me, it was just too slow.
It was a
and
very slow moving movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very.
It literally
slow.
says an epic drama of adventure and exploration.
It's not.
It's not. If you like sci-fi, you might like it. But like I said, I was waiting for them to start talking. It was like maybe they say 5 words, and then it was like 10 minutes of music and just scenery. And I mean, the scenery was interesting. You look like you're in space.
Yeah, yeah.
No doubt about it. But I don't know.
But no story behind
I mean,
it.
for its time, I think the
Yeah.
effects were good. So
it was very good for the time. Yeah. But he had a certain vision, and he stayed with it. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
you'd watch 5 minutes of it, Lindsay, and say, "Shut this off."
No, I didn't think I'd make it that long. 1969, a midnight cowboy.
Yep.
A naive hustler travels from Texas to New York City to seek personal fortune, finding a new friend in the process.
Right. This is about a pimp,
Oh,
Dustin-
get
Dustin-
it, bro.
Dustin Hoffman, and a male prostitute,
Oh.
John Voight. John Voight comes from, I think, Texas or one of those western towns. He was a cowboy. and
Was he sword fighting?
Was he what?
Really?
Like, was he? Well, no, it's a real question. Like, was he that kind
No,
of?
he was no. He was more.
Or was he going for the girls?
He was going for the girls.
Okay, guys, that makes sense.
He wasn't. How to
Why
say
gotta
it?
be
He
like
wasn't.
that?
He wasn't objecting to possibly having a male companion for the night, depending on the money, because it was all about money to him.
Wow.
And Dustin Hoffman was his pimp, and so he had to get his cut too. But Dustin Hoffman was. They were both good in this movie.
It makes me happy.
But Dustin Hoffman was unbelievable.
That there's male hookers, too.
Because he played a cripple. He had all kinds of problems. I think he had drug
He was
problems.
a hooker. How was he a cripple?
No, he was a pimp.
Oh, he was the pimp. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah, he was the pimp. But he was just fantastic in
Dustin,
role.
Dustin Hoffman was a good actor.
Yeah, he still is a good
Yeah.
actor. Yeah.
You don't see him much anymore,
No,
though. I
no,
mean,
but I mean,
Oh, he's the guy that's in
Rain
Man.
Man.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Are you still with us?
that makes me so excited. I have to watch that movie.
No, he was very good. In
I
fact,
love him. He's the best.
both of them were nominated in 1969 for Best Actor award. And actually, this is going to
Look,
kill
you upset my
me.
dog. I'm so sorry.
This is going to kill me to say this, but John Wayne actually won it. And I love, you know me, I'm a John Wayne.
Oh God, yeah.
He can't do no wrong. But I really think Dustin Hoffman should have won that award. That's how good he was. But
Well,
I gotta watch it.
John Voight's a great actor, too.
yeah,
though. I love
but
John Voight.
Dustin Hoffman had the meteor role.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just good in that.
I gotta watch that.
But it's a good movie. It has an interesting ending to it.
Okay.
There's one funny scene in it where, tell me if I'm taking too long. There's one funny scene in there where they're trying to cross a busy Manhattan street. He walks with a limp, and John Voight's following right behind him, which is what he always does. And they always get hit by a taxi cab. And Hoffman looks at the guy and he says, we're walking here. And that wasn't supposed to be in the movie.
Yeah.
He
It
just
just
ad-libbed
happened.
that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
funny.
funny.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
is.
makes good movies,
Yeah,
though.
it does.
You might want to speed through these a little bit quicker, though, because
Okay.
we're
It's already
definitely-
7:30.
Yeah.
So and we've only gone through 8 movies. 1970, the staff of a Korean warfield hospital use humor and hijinks to keep their sanity in the face of the horror of war. I did not know that MASH was a movie.
It was a movie first.
We
and-
don't
I've
really-
always watched the show. I think it's great.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about this much because the movie brought in the TV show, and that's what it's all about. The only reason I pointed this out was their outlook on war was so incredibly different because
Yep.
they added humor to everything.
Right.
Even under violent circumstances, when they were operating on the guys that died and everything, they always
It's
found
still
humor
funny.
in everything. So,
Well, and that was the point of the show, was to lighten it, not
okay, move on.
like the other movies and make it scary. 1971, Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. Bum, bum.
Well, right. What can you say about Clint?
When a man calling himself the Scorpio Killer menaces San Francisco, tough as nail police inspector Dirty Harry. Oh, Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry.
Harry Callahan
Right.
is assigned to track down the crazed psychopath.
Yeah, this is the first of many movies.
Oh, Clint Eastwood directed it too?
Yeah. This is the first of many movies with him.
Yeah.
As
Dirty Harry, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the beginning?
Yeah. It's like it's typical Clint Eastwood. If you see anything, he's good in it. I mean, but it's Clint Eastwood.
Isn't this where the line came from? Do you feel lucky? Or was it Make My Day?
I think it was Make My Day
My
on this
Day?
one, and
Yeah.
it's one or the other. One was in the one after this,
Yeah.
and one was I think this was Make My Day.
Okay. Yeah, you had a lot of one-liners that came out of
did.
these.
We'll just have to watch it and see.
What's this?
Yep.
Both good movies.
Yep.
1972, The Godfather.
Right.
Don Vito Corleone, head of the mafia family, decides to hand over his empire to his youngest son, Michael. However, his decision unintentionally puts the lives of his loved ones in grave danger.
Again, we don't have to say much about this. If there's nobody, is there anybody watching that never saw Godfather? I find that hard to believe.
I feel like we should watch it again.
What are you doing?
Lindsay's
Thinking of
huffing
The
her own
Godfather.
world. She's huffing her
What
own
did you
world.
give her
Don't-
tonight? What the hell is she
She's
doing?
hopped up on energy drinks. Leave
I'm
her
all
alone.
hopped up on roofies, and I'm joking.
If you want me to finish this,
Hey, can I get on to the next movie?
Well, you keep making
well,
sound
let-
effects and stuff
let me,
over there.
Let me
so.
say what this.
I thought you were going to talk about The Godfather.
I just want to say that it's a terrific movie about organized crime, and that's why I picked it because it has a different slant on organized crime.
It
But it's a
doesn't really
very
end badly like the other ones did. Like the other ones were kind of pushing you away from organized crime.
Yeah, well, this doesn't exactly commend
Right.
organized crime either, but
Well-
the acting is well worth watching. But I'm sure everybody here has seen that movie.
Oh yeah.
There's 12 Godfathers.
No, 3.
Just three.
1973, The Exorcist. When a teenage girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of 2 priests to save her daughter.
Okay, if you like Satan and you like the devil and you like
Why is it gonna be like that?
weird things and you like spooky things and you got scenes in there that'll just blow your mind because
But this was a whole. Nobody's ever done.
I was
that.
gonna say.
1973.
So this movie
was
was
the
the first one that really
first-
dove into paranormal and religious.
to the extent that it did, yes.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
were other movies before it, but this one went really over the top.
Yeah, it did.
And everybody knows what I'm talking about. The pea soup that she threw up,
Yeah.
rising to the ceiling, and the head twisting around. All that stuff was weird.
Yeah.
But obviously, the reason I said this was because, like you said, it was the first one that really delved into it. But there is one scene in it where there's a staircase outside by the building, and somebody falls down. I don't remember who falls down it, but to this day, that still exists in that town. I think it's by Princeton University. I don't remember where exactly, but that building's still there. So is the staircase, and people to this day say it's haunted. I don't
Now-
know if that's true or not.
The remake was very good too. The reboot of The Exorcist.
remember
it
that.
was very good.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
they did really well with it. At least I thought they did. Yeah. All right, next.
1973, Al Pacino's Serpaccio.
No, Serpico.
Serpico.
Serpico. You
An honest-
You got an interesting way of pronouncing things.
Oh yeah, I just make crap up. An honest New York cop named Frank Serpaccio blows the whistle on rampant corruption in the force, only to have his commanders, his comrades. Comrades, thank you.
I like saying comrades. Sorry.
Comrades turn against him.
Right. This is when I was still working on a force. He was not a popular guy. It's well blown over.
So is it like a true story?
Yeah. It's,
Oh, what?
It's done from a liberal side of things that you want to hate all cops, and that's the whole idea. He's made out to be an angel because he wanted to blow the whistle on all the corrupt cops, which was good because there were corrupt.
Oh
cops.
yeah, but there's
But
corrupt in anything.
They make it sound like everybody was on the take all the time, and that's totally not true.
No.
There were a lot of guys that were, especially depending on where you worked. There were
One in
certain-
New York. What runs New York?
Well, certain areas, they were more lucrative than other areas. Let's put it that way. But he was over the top with this, and it's all about how he wants to blow the whistle, and nobody wants to listen to him. And he goes to the newspapers,
And everybody says, "Don't do it."
and they keep transferring him to other precincts, and he gets set up supposedly where he gets shot and almost killed intentionally by the other cops that wanted him out of the way. It's a movie that you got to keep an open mind. If you're a liberal, you'll love it. If you hate cops, you'll love it. But if you have an open mind, you'll know that that's not totally true. What happened? He's still living in Switzerland, I think. They have a price on his head here still. He's
Seriously,
yeah,
still?
yeah, he's not.
That's crazy.
He's not popular. Not at all. I was in court with him one time.
1974.
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
Towering Inferno. What building is that? That's supposed to be on fire.
Another popular movie.
In California somewhere.
At the opening party of a colossal but poorly constructed office building, a massive fire breaks out that threatens to destroy the tower and everyone in it. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Special effects was fabulous in this.
It was a popular movie, actually.
It was unbelievable how they stopped the fire because the fire was engulfing the entire. It was like I don't know.
Is this another true story?
Yeah.
This is what-
No, it's not. The actual story is not this story, but it's taken from an event. It's not.
It's based on true
Yeah,
events.
it's based basically loosely.
So a building
on
catches
true-
on fire,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what was
But
the true
the way
event?
this whole, I think it was like 50 or 80 stories. I don't know how many stories. It was a big building, and it was just engulfed. So many people were dying. They tried to get people down. They couldn't use the elevator, so they were using the outside elevator, and they could only hold so many people at a time.
Outside elevator.
Yeah, well, outside lift, whatever they wanted to call it, and they were getting people down that way.
Says the tallest building in the world is on fire. You were there with 294 other guests. There's no way down. There's no way out.
They find a way out.
One tiny spark becomes a night of blazing suspense.
Well, Paul Newman plays the architect, and he finds all the problems. And the way it was built and everything, a lot of corruption. They paid off people so they didn't have to fire the fire code and stuff like that. So it's all about corruption in the building industry and how they
Dude,
got
sounds
away
like your
with
house.
it, and what it cost them at the end. Anyway, so and Steve McQueen plays.
Did everybody die?
Steve McQueen plays the chief of the fire department.
I'm assuming everybody doesn't die.
No, they didn't all die. No.
Oh, we just watched this movie. 1975, Jaws, when a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community off Cape Cod. It's up to its local sheriff, a marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down.
What are you eating over there?
I have no idea
What is she eating
what
over
she's doing.
What are you doing?
It's been a long day.
What are you eating over there? Those brown things.
There's chocolate covered raisins. You want one?
No, you sure it's not like
It's not
uppers in there or
roofies.
something?
So Jaws is based on a book by Peter Benchley called The Beast.
Oh, really?
That's what
Go ahead,
that's what
take
that's what
this
it was.
one.
That's what it was originally based off of.
You're upsetting my dog.
What do you want me to say about it? I mean,
Tell me what you think about it. What do you think? What the message?
It's a
is?
great movie.
What's the message
Oh, it's the
besides
message
stay
is?
out of the water? We obviously know that was the message.
yeah, I don't know if there was truly a message to it though. Was there? I mean,
Well, there was corruption, right? They were trying to cover up the truth
yeah,
at the risk.
Yeah,
of,
there was corruption.
at the risk of people's lives because they didn't want to lose.
Because they wanted to
the
make
4th
money.
of July weekend.
Oh, yeah.
and then you can kind of say Quint was corrupt as well because he wanted the money more than anything, and he pushed him to the brink, to the very end,
Yep.
just to get his reward.
And it was sort of that Moby Dick type of style
Yeah,
too, because the shark was after him.
Right.
It's like it's a weird film, but it's well done. I mean, I think that.
I didn't think about all that when you say it like that.
Well, when you look at the shark now, you say maybe
Andrea says the message is the sharks are scary.
Yeah, that's a good message.
Well, and I think it was a movie that really
You said it freaked you out,
hit
right?
people hard. I mean, there was people that would not go in the water.
there's probably
after.
people to this day that still don't go in the
It's
water
true.
with that.
It's true.
Isn't that you, Dad?
I mean, it was very well done. If you ever get a chance to watch somewhere the making of it is
Oh, it's so cool.
so fascinating. You know, there was the first time they tried a mechanical
It never worked.
animal like that in the water.
It never worked.
And they had problems with it.
It's
It
so
only
many
worked
problems
for
with it.
like 5 minutes, period, out of the whole movie.
I want to say the shark only had a total of 3 minutes screen time, I think, in the entire movie. I mean, a lot of it was subliminal. A lot of it was the and if
Exactly.
it
the
wasn't
boat
for
is shaking and you
Yeah.
think that but actual physical seeing it on screen.
and if it wasn't for John Williams and the score, the theme,
that theme.
the theme is really what
Fantastic.
yeah. So
You know,
That
you
scared
can
the hell
feel
out of
it.
me. But what scared me about that movie more than anything, there was a lot of things to be afraid of, is when he's chumming Roy Scheider
And the
shark shows
comes out
up
of
for
the
the
water.
first time. That
Makes you jump.
That
Did
woke
you
me up.
pee a little?
That woke me up.
and that whole line, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Great.
That wasn't scripted.
No, it wasn't.
that was ad lib.
Yep.
You're gonna need a bigger
Some
boat.
of the best lines in the world are
Or
non-scripted.
ad lib. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
This
That
is
was-
my life.
It was a great movie. I could watch it. We just watched it last week. I mean,
So
I
good.
could watch it over and over again, and it
Well, you
never
could watch it a million
disappoints.
times.
So, good movie.
Moving on.
1976. Network?
Network, yeah.
Okay. A television network clinically exploits. Oh, this sounds like life. A deranged former anchor's ravings and revelations about the news medium for its own profit, but finds that its message may be left difficult to control.
Yeah, Peter Finch, I think.
What year was
his
that?
name.
76?
Yeah, but you can relate to now.
Right.
The whole thing with this is that
That's
he
hilarious.
wanted to expose the corruption in the news media.
Right.
And how they just tell things the way they want to tell it and not the truth.
Right.
So he had a famous line, and he opens the window and he yells out, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore."
I know that line.
Yeah, he was like fantastic in the movie,
Yep.
and it just shows you nothing has changed. The news media.
No, I'm like, that was
It's still the same.
76. That's
Yeah, good movie. Good
more
movie.
than 40 years.
I never saw it. I do remember that scene though when he opens up the window. Yeah.
I'm mad as hell and there's nothing I can do about
and
it.
I'm not going to take it
I'm
anymore.
not going to take it in.
Ah,
Yeah,
why
that's-
did he open the
That is
window?
you screamed it out.
He
into
wanted
the
to scream it out to
streets.
everybody so they the
Oh,
whole
to like
world
the
could hear.
city.
Happy birthday, Net.
You
No,
and
those
your-
are over there.
You and your sound effects.
1977. Ooh, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Another good movie.
Oh, it's so good.
This is you. You take this one.
Roy Neary, an Indiana electronic lineman, finds his quiet, ordinary daily life turned upside down after a close encounter with the UFO, spurring him to an obsessed cross-country quest for answers. As momentous events approach.
Momentous, right?
As a momentous event approaches. Wow, I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to really think of what the message was to this versus just kind of softening us up to the idea that there is extraterrestrial life out there.
Well, yeah. Well, actually,
mean-
Andrea said it just happened in Vegas.
yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
it did.
It did.
What?
Did you hear that story?
What
That was
happened?
crazy. They had reports of 9-foot figures standing in these people's backyard.
What?
And the police verified it. Like several police reports. I wanted to dig into that because that was crazy.
Yeah.
I-
That only
I
happened
didn't even know
recently.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd have
like
to
a couple
start,
weeks ago.
I'd have to
Weeks
start
ago,
watching
yeah.
the news.
It
I
was
didn't even know.
crazy.
Like who?
like multiple people reported like 8 to 9 foot figures, aliens, whatever, standing in their backyard.
You sure
calling
wasn't
the
that guy
police.
from that meme earlier?
No, it's
I mean, that does look
crazy.
like a Vegas person.
But I think during that time,
so was there like aliens and stuff seen before this?
that's-
like,
well, look at Roswell. Look at
When was
that'll
Roswell?
happen. In the 40s was Roswell. When was Roswell? 40.
The sun in the
49 or
40s.
something like that,
Yeah,
or-
right near the end after the World War
Yeah.
II. Yeah. Yeah.
So it has been out there, but it was really taboo, though. Really,
but no,
it
yeah,
wasn't
you're like,
talked
yeah,
about.
sure.
So I think
What I liked about this movie, and I'm not a big sci-fi guy, but what I liked about this movie, it was when he gets to go on a ship at the end and he sees the aliens for the first time,
Yeah.
how gentle and how friendly they are and how, not scary they are. The way they presented, they look like aliens, yet they weren't frightening figures.
Like eating, like the
They-
shark.
No, they look gentle. They
and
look
didn't
like-
the little boy run up the ship? Didn't he go in the ship too?
that I don't
I thought
remember
he
that.
did.
He might have. I don't know.
So this is not the movie that I'm thinking of.
I love Richard Dreyfuss, and I think he was great in that movie. I really do.
Christine said she heard about it. Her niece said it happened close to her. Christine, get her out of Vegas. What's she doing in Vegas?
I want to read. I want to go and dive into that story because I read that and I was like, "Holy crap!" Is
That feels
true?
like a rabbit hole.
I like Richard Dreyfuss too because he doesn't like Hollywood. That's what I like.
Oh my God, really?
Yep.
I like Richard Dreyfuss.
All right, move on.
1978, The Deer Hunter. Never heard of it.
You like this movie?
This is it.
An
I
in-depth
like the score.
examination
Yeah.
of the ways in which the Vietnam War impacts and disrupts the lives of several friends in a small steel mill town in Pennsylvania.
It was kind of a rough movie to watch.
Very
I've
rough.
never heard of
The
it.
second half of it is very tough to write. I mean, it exposes the violence of human beings and what goes on in war. And
Is
it's
that
just-
funny that when she did that, I could hear it in my head?
What?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Anyway,
Sorry.
you keep
Go
reading.
for it.
You want me to get through it?
You want me to talk about the comments? What's everybody saying? What's everybody
Will you
got?
just
What's
get
everybody
on?
got to say? I'm
Will you-
talking about the comments.
Were you guys like this last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
No wonder why you didn't. Get it.
Anyway, let me just
Didn't
finish.
you watch the show last week? Oh no, wait, you were out with people.
Yep. I did watch it though.
Don't encourage you, please.
Okay. keep going.
Anyway,
1978.
it's a very violent movie. It depicts war at its worst. Robert De Niro is fabulous in it. Christopher Walken steals the show. In fact, I think he won Best Supporting Actor that year for it.
Oh, it's got good people in
But
it.
it's a very violent movie.
Yeah, it's a tough movie to watch.
But what I liked more about it than anything was the music score.
And you made me watch it for the music score,
Yeah.
and I ended up watching the whole damn movie, and I'm like, this is a tough movie to
This is
watch.
terrible. Why
But
are we
was I
watching
right
this?
about that?
No, you're right. It was a
music
good
score
score.
is beautiful. Anyway, it's a movie you should watch, but be aware that it's a rough one to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to watch.
Okay. Put your big girl panties on. 1979, Apocalypse Now.
It's
Why is-
another movie that was hard to watch for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not because it was just twisted. It was weird. It
When
was
you were just a baby.
no.
Yeah.
I just watched this recently.
Oh. Well, I was trying to say.
Well, you got to remember, this comes from a book called, God, I can't find it.
Something Island, wasn't it, or
No,
something?
Darkness, oh boy.
Okay, a U.S. Army officer serving
think
in
it-
Vietnam is tasked with assassinating a renegade special forces colonel who sees himself as a god.
This was a tough movie to watch, but the actors in it also, there was a lot of bad things that happened. They shot this in the Philippines, if I remember correctly. And Martin Sheen had a heart attack. Somebody
Like
else,
there?
Yeah, like literally.
Oh, dang.
They had another actor that was almost killed in a
Marlon
helicopter.
Brando, Robert Duvall. Dang, there's good people in there.
I didn't know Harrison Ford was in it.
Yeah, Harrison Hill.
Oh,
Plays a small
where?
part,
He has
yeah.
a small part.
Small
as a
part, yeah.
lieutenant at the beginning. But Duvall is, as usual, every scene he's in, he steals. He plays this crazy.
Nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
Colonel
That's-
Kilgore. That's his
Andrea
name.
says we should watch it. And I was like, I think I might need to. That sounds really good.
It's a good movie. It is, but it's very violent.
It is.
And Marlon Brando he's Marlon Brando. He's like way out there.
It was weird. It was just, especially when you finally meet him.
Well, he's so overweight.
It was so
If
strange.
you see the way they shot the scenes with him, he was like 350 pounds.
Yeah.
So they shot everything in shadows, so they couldn't see his
Well, and he
weight.
was pretty much laying down the entire time.
Yeah, you couldn't
that
see
whole
how
scene.
fat he was.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything was shadows and lights on his head, stuff like that. But very weird movie.
There was a dark movie, very dark
Very
movie.
dark. The word darkness is in the novel I'm talking about. They
Okay.
stole it from the novel. Not
Okay.
stole it, but they used the
That's
novel.
what they
Yeah,
used it
different
as.
name.
Right.
Okay.
1979, Salem's Lot. A novelist and a young horror fan attempt to save a small New England town which has been invaded by vampires.
Now, I had not been able to watch this movie since I was a kid because it scared me that much that I could not.
The Heart of Darkness.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Christine, who do you think put it up there?
Thank you, Christine.
Come
You're
on
right.
now.
I knew darkness was in there, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I watched Salem's Lot when I was a kid, and I've never been able to watch it since.
I haven't seen it in years.
It just creeped me out.
Well, ask me why I chose that film.
I don't know.
Ask me. Say,
why did you choose that film?
Dan, why did you choose
Thank
that
you.
film?
You finally said something sensible. Because exactly what he said. He said it's a scary, scary movie, and anybody that's watched it once will tell you something about the movie that scared the living hell out of
Mm-hmm.
them because it's just that type of movie. That's why I picked it.
Is that the one who wasn't scared by it?
What?
I watched it a long time ago. It wasn't scary.
Well, you're too busy raising that, so whatever it is.
It was scary.
It was scary.
Now I gotta watch it again
the
and be
kid,
scared.
the kid tapping on the window from outside.
That's what freaked me the hell out.
That was a weird, weird scene.
Yeah, that was very strange.
The Shining.
Oh boy.
Oh!
We can talk all
So
about
can
this.
I tell you something hilarious? So that was the Shanley, right?
Yeah.
So funny. One of my managers today just got back and just had a thing at the Shanley. Did
Oh,
the
really?
tour and everything. Yeah, she showed me some cool pictures. I was like, oh,
But did you know that they didn't film the entire movie at the Shanley?
hey.
no, of course not.
Excuse me?
They weren't there the whole time. So a family heads into an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister presence influences the father into violence while his psychic son sees horrific forebodings from both the past and the future.
There's
Forebodings.
so many parts of that movie that are memorable.
Do you-
So many parts.
Do you
Pick out
know?
anything, yeah.
Do you know that when they show it now on TV, it's never the whole movie? I had to go hunt it down and buy it for my dad because he's like, they always miss stuff out because they always cut it to like make it fit the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he hates it. He makes him so
if you
mad.
see it on HBO, it's not cut.
No, but like because it's not cut for commercial time,
Right.
but they still usually do. They cut it down to fit in a time slot.
Yeah, not on HBO. They don't.
So yeah, that's what's funny. So I had to find actually that one.
I mean, there's so many scenes out of that movie that you can pick out that were
Hundreds.
just creepy.
Coming through
and
the
freaky.
hurrah!
Not only that, the old lady in the bathtub, the
The
kids,
twins.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
you know
just-
those twin
The
girls
son-
still go to signings for The Shining?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
bet they do.
They go to these conferences and they sit there.
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, why not? They were famous. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, they were definitely famous, but
And they didn't really do much.
no, they just had to stand there.
They
and look
just
scary.
had a perfect role.
well, didn't they say "Come play with us" or something,
Something
like
like
that?
that.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
minimal dialogue.
Yeah, like it was not very long.
But like you said, there were so many scenes you can choose in there. I mean, Jack Nicholson is just fantastic. In
Oh,
that.
so good.
But he's always good anyway. But I mean, he's just
Just
evil.
over the-
when
yeah.
he takes
Oh.
when his character gets taken over by the evil spirit or whatever it is. It's
And
just
you're done.
The transition
And his
is
faces and
amazing.
oh my
It's
god.
amazing.
Yep.
Good movie.
So
That was a
good.
good movie. Excellent movie.
So 1980, Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back. Is this the first one that came out?
Second one.
Second one.
I'm surprised you picked this
The
one.
first one's not on here.
No, it's not.
That's what I said. I'm surprised you picked this one.
After the rebels are overpowered by the Empire, Luke Skywalker begins his Jedi training. This is the one we went to go see, right?
No.
No.
Keep reading.
So close. Almost got a Good Wife award. Begins his Jedi training with Yoda while his friends are pursued across the galaxy by Darth Vader and the bounty hunter Boba Fett. Good versus evil, pitting the dark side against those in the light.
And I think that about sums up every Star Wars movie, right?
Period.
If you
That's
think
pretty much about it.
I mean,
Yeah, the reason I picked this one and not Star Wars itself, the first one, is because I had too many movies in 1975 already on there.
Oh,
So I
okay.
couldn't show it. So I chose to go with the second one. Because like you just said, you see one,
So same.
you see the premises there pretty much for everything going.
it's a battle of good versus evil.
With,
That's
with the
what
exception
Period.
of a few scenes here and there. You know, there's
Right.
always a good scene here and there you didn't see before. But basically, it's good
Well,
against
no, the movies are amazing.
Yeah.
Not about the movies. The
Special
story is the
effects.
same.
Yeah, I mean, the special effects were so ahead of their time. I mean, without
Absolutely
a doubt.
ridiculous.
I mean, my favorite, if I had to rate my top movies of all time, all the original Star Wars, the first three were my favorite. Now, when you get into the newer Star Wars,
Don't
like
even start.
1, 2, and 3, it becomes more political. It becomes more political and more
Because
religious,
it's newer.
which is interesting. But we won't talk about that now. But it is interesting.
Don't talk about that now. 1980, Gates of Heaven, a documentary about a pet cemetery in California and the people who have pets buried there. Gates of Heaven, really?
Yeah, it's very sad, but it's very cute.
it.
It's
I've never
very
even heard of it.
It's about people who buried their pets in the cemetery. It's not a spooky movie or anything like that. It's about the love and the memories and the feelings that people
You
have.
really bury your pet in a cemetery?
Yeah, pet cemeteries. You never heard of a pet cemetery?
There's a lot of them out there.
Oh, I've heard of the like spooky movie.
No,
but-
there's a lot of
they
actual
have
pet
where you have a
cemeteries.
tombstone and everything.
Yeah.
Here lies Fido and stuff like that. Yeah,
Fido.
whatever the hell.
When
I
you
don't
pick
know. I'm just
Fido.
saying. But what I liked about this was the
Yeah, Mama's got big dogs. Like, do I get a big dog spot?
Yeah, you get it. Well, you pay for it, but you can get anything you want. I guess you
Do
can
I get to keep adding ones onto it, or I gotta pay for one each time?
I don't know. I don't run
It's
one.
a lot
I
of
don't know.
holes.
You can get a mausoleum for all I know. I don't know. But anyway, what I liked
need a
about it
mausoleum.
was the people were so sincere about their feelings towards their animals and everything. It was really, listening to them was really neat, really good.
That just sounds sad and terrifying.
It was sad. It wasn't terrifying at all, but it was sad, yes.
Terrifying, emotionally terrifying.
Yeah.
19. Oh God.
This one key can take.
Another one.
1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. In 1936, archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones is hired by the U.S. government to find the Ark of the Covenant before the Nazis can obtain its awesome powers. Full-length feature honoring the several films of the past. The serial films of the past?
Yeah, serial films.
That's what it's taken from. Spielberg got the. I'm gonna let Keith talk about this, but Spielberg got the idea about the old days when 1940s, 1950s, when they had all these serials like Superman and Batman. They showed 20 minutes every week
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
theaters.
Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
with you now. Sorry, it took me
So
I
that was his
like,
in-
I
that was
don't
his
know what that
inspiration.
means.
that was
for
his
this.
inspiration. I'm inspired to have another beer.
You're inspired.
But I
Beer
think, you know,
sounds good.
so you want to talk about greed. I think this is a great movie that talks about greed, right?
Oh, boy.
I mean,
And belief and faith.
and believe in faith, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, one of my, again, my favorite out of all the Indiana Jones series, but I think,
And Indiana Jones with a whip.
but I think the fact that it focused so much on religion was kind of weird back then
It was
too,
a
right?
lot of.
I mean,
It was a lot about religion.
well, a lot of
and
his movies do. The Last Crusade,
Yeah.
that was about religion. I mean, so, but definitely about greed. I mean, you had everybody that wanted the Ark and would do anything to get it.
Yeah. Not to
Right.
mention what the government, our own government, would do to
to
keep
stop it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you can see the bureaucracy at the end with that too.
Yep. And then trying to keep it out of the hands of the Nazis.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which isn't really a bad thing. I mean, I'm not.
The
No, I
scene,
guess so.
the scene that you referred to at the end, where they open up the ark, and all the
All the spirits come out
spirits
and
come
kill
out,
the bad, kill the bad guys. Yeah.
I
yeah.
wish they could open that up again.
Can we open it up in the White
There,
House?
so there's been a lot of archaeologists, current archaeologists, still searching for the Ark.
Yeah.
They believe they know where it's at. But
Doesn't it say in the Bible
think it's
that
in
you
Ethi-
won't be
it-
able to find it?
Ethiopia or something they're looking now. Is it
Just saying.
Ethiopia?
yeah, I think it was Ethiopia
Yeah.
was the last place
That's where
that
they're
they,
looking
they
now.
thought they
yeah.
found it.
Also looking for the chalice too.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1982. Oh, it's my year.
You could talk about that movie.
A
'cause-
troubled child summons the courage to help find a friendly alien, escape from Earth, and return to its home planet. A softer look at aliens visiting our planet.
Definitely softer.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
That's the whole idea of it.
I saw it when I was so young, and I didn't really watch it a lot when I was older. I didn't really watch it a lot when I was younger, too. But all I remember is him wearing all dressed up.
And I think it talks a
And
lot
then him
about.
dying at the end, it was so sad.
I think it talks about a lot about too how you want to talk about our government and
Yeah.
Taking over.
What they
and-
tried
yeah,
to do, yeah.
what they think is gonna
best.
Well, I mean, when they get them, what have they done for years? We assume they've experimented on them. They've, you know.
Well, and hid it and hid it
Right.
and didn't, yeah.
Well, I don't think. I think there was. I know we talked about this before, but I don't think there was a point where society could handle the fact that there actually are aliens. I think people.
Oh,
I
God,
think
no.
people would lose their mind. I mean, look at what happened in War of the Worlds.
Yeah, but you know what? The way they designed this alien ET, you can't be afraid of him. He's
But
cute.
they made him cute
No,
and
yeah, he
adorable.
was cute.
Yeah, exactly.
So that in itself would not frighten people. But when they expose you to the other aliens, like in the movie Aliens and stuff like
Yeah.
that makes you take a step back.
because you don't know.
No.
It was a good movie, Christine. You should watch it. It was.
It's not. It's sad.
It was a good movie.
It's sad. He dies at the end. It's adorable.
Really? Why do you got to give the ending away?
Why are you giving the ending away? Why are you doing that?
Now you know how to watch, Christine.
Really? Think about
Really?
it. Really?
Why do you give the ending away?
Do you really think people watch it for the ending?
Yeah.
Yes.
There,
funny.
What do you
There
watch?
are people-
From
there
the
are-
beginning?
Watch it for the show, for
There-
the story.
no, you do not. You don't watch anything for the story.
I don't watch anything.
Right, exactly. So there are people that do
Shut up.
actually watch it for a story.
1982. Dead Man Don't Wear Plaid.
Right. I'll tell you why I picked this in the movie. Probably nobody ever saw this movie.
Never
saw
heard of it.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Film noir parody with a detective uncovering a sinister plot. Characters from real. What is a noir?
It's a type of a movie about murder and women that are sometimes the bad guy in it. And,
Characters from a real movie appear as scenes from various films
right. That's what makes
are
it,
intercut.
That's what makes it unique. The way they do it, they shoot it in black and white because they have to, because they're using cuts from old movies.
Right.
And Steve Martin interacts with these people that are actually in scenes, like, let's say, Humphrey Bogart in a scene from The Maltese Falcon. He's actually talking to Steve Martin in this movie. They make it work.
What?
Yeah, it's weird, but they make it work. He talks to Edward G. Robinson. He talks to
So they take the films from the old ones and like
yeah,
make
and
it. Oh,
they
okay.
find scenes that fit in with the scene
With the story.
that they use.
Kind of like what they do with Forrest Gump.
Yeah, but even more so.
Yeah.
Even more so. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's why I picked it, because
Okay, what's the story?
The style. Well, it doesn't matter. I picked it for the reason I just said. The technique and the style of what they did
Was
with
new.
the movie. Yeah, it's a typical crime movie. Who killed who and things like that. The story is nothing to this. It's the way they do it, the way they present it. Okay.
Alrighty then. 1983. Oh God. I know everybody's gonna hate me. I'm so sorry.
Don't say anything then. Be
This
nice.
is the stupidest movie
See how she didn't say anything?
Yeah.
in the world. Stupidest movie.
It's not though. And you want to know why it's not? I'll tell you
Oh
what.
my God. I
I'll
have
tell you.
thankfully never watched this whole thing
Well, how do you know it's a stupid movie?
because I've seen enough of it to know that it's
No, you
stupid.
didn't.
It's
see
not.
it.
It's not a stupid movie because it touches on
Oh,
people's experiences with Christmas.
I can't even.
Different experiences. People
can't
have.
even watch it
Like
that far to
Going
even-
going out to dinner, having disaster dinners. You know, just presents you got. I think it hits home for everybody.
Yeah, it's
in a
it's
certain
shot,
way.
It's shot in the winter with the snow,
Right.
And the Christmas theme,
Can't
going
do it.
shopping at the big department stores, all the things that we all can relate to.
That's what I'm saying. It touches somebody somewhere
absolutely.
about their experience of Christmas.
Never
growing up.
thankfully watched the whole thing to see if it touches
Because you
anything.
didn't give it a chance.
Nope, couldn't do it.
Well, it doesn't snow
I hate
in
that
Arizona.
little kid. I hate that little kid.
Doesn't snow.
It
in
has nothing to
Arizona.
do with the little
I
kid.
can't even watch anything that he's in.
If it's so bad, why is it that it took over as the #1 Christmas movie over It's a Wonderful Life, which held that position for years? Now
On
it's
television,
Well-
nobody cares.
Andrea said you do such a great job at describing the movies for us.
thank you,
Oh.
thank you.
1983. In the 1940s, a young boy named Ralphie
Arthur.
Parker, oh God, I bet you did, attempts to convince his parents, teacher, and Santa Claus that a Red Ryder Range 200 shotgun, BB shotgun, really is the perfect Christmas gift.
Now, see, if you were born in the 1930s as a kid, you know what the Red Ryder Range
I was
200
born in
shotgun
the 1930s.
If you were
BB
born in
gun,
the
you
1930s,
would
he
know
says.
I know.
how much kids wanted that, especially boys wanted it at that time, and how the parents didn't want them to have it because you shoot your eye out, kids and stuff like that. So it was a real. The guy that wrote the story,
You don't have to convince me to like the movie.
the
Dad.
guy,
he's
the guy that
explaining the
wrote the
movie.
story is the guy that lived that life. He was the
Oh,
Ralphie.
that's cool.
He was the Ralphie. So this is what you have to know. He could have talked about the 70s or the 80s or the 90s, but that's not what he lived. So he wrote it from about the 1930s. And it's the scenery, the way they did it, the marketing of the different things that you saw in the film, all from the 1930s. It was fantastic.
Christine, are you serious or are you just joking? Do you have the leg lamp and the rabbit sleeper? Really?
There you go. See?
That's funny.
Christine knows about the lamp with
That's
the leg.
funny.
Yeah, that was
If
great.
you really have that, that's funny.
Christine.
See, everybody's on my side.
Oh, that's Christine says she's serious. Oh God,
Wow,
she's gonna
that's
send me
fun.
pictures
That's,
of it.
That's
Wow,
cool.
that's
fun.
cool. That is cool.
Next movie, love that movie.
1934, Mr. Mom. After
1934.
he's
Oh, I didn't change the date. It was supposed to be 84.
1984.
Sorry.
Thanks. I was like, that was not right.
Yeah, definitely wasn't 34.
After he's suddenly laid off, a husband switches roles with his wife. She returns to the workforce and he becomes a stay-at-home dad. And he has to take care of 3 young children, a job he has no clue how to do.
Right.
Love that movie. That movie
A
was
sign of the changing times and a strong statement about the dual responsibilities of parenting.
Right.
Keith would love to be a stay-at-home mom.
This is what I liked about the movie. It was done at a time where we were kind of in a mixed up world out here. Yeah, women were starting to work more.
Oh, is that Michael Keaton?
Yes, women were starting to work more.
Why is Dad laugh?
They were splitting the duties at home. There was a lot of challenges that both the man and the woman had to face trying to make it all work. It's done in a comedy fashion. It's really well done.
was a funny movie.
It's a funny movie, and
really funny.
he's good in it. And I don't remember the young lady. Let me see.
Terry Garr?
Terry Garr.
yeah.
She was good in it. Terry Garr's the one that played in Young Frankenstein.
Yeah,
too.
she played in Young
Yeah,
Frankenstein,
yeah.
yeah.
She was good in it too. If you want to have just a laugh, watch that sometime. It's really good.
It's super cute.
He goes to change. One time he goes to change the baby's diaper, and he doesn't know what to do. So he's in a men's room or something, and he hits the
dryer, the hair dryer.
hand dryer. You can hit the button, and it blows hot air. He's holding the baby's behind up to the hair dryer, to the heat dryer
To
and
dry it
trying
off?
to dry it off.
Yeah.
Very funny.
That's funny.
Very well done movie.
In 1984, Red Dawn. It's the Red Dawn of World War III. In the West Mountains of America, a group of teenagers band together to defend their town and their country from invading Soviet forces.
So this movie has been responsible for many nightmares of mine.
Well, it's also
this is the one you do not have fond.
well.
I love the
when they-
movie, but I literally have had nightmares of
Being at school.
some enemy, not even being at school, just parachuting down and attacking us. I've had that dream over and over and over again throughout the years.
I mean, the possibility of us being invaded is there all the time,
It's
but it's
slim.
not going to be done that way.
Right,
It's
right.
not going to.
No,
be
they
done
couldn't get through it.
No,
But
they'll
back
just
then
come
they
up through the
could've.
border.
That way. Right. It's not going to be done that way.
Yeah.
Little flock across.
You're not going to see white parachutes floating from the sky. Now I'm saying that tomorrow morning we'll wake up and there'll be white
There'll be
parachutes.
You're not
Sure.
going to get that much. No, it'll just be a white balloon.
But was that scene not a shocker?
Yes, it was.
It was.
The whole
you
movie
didn't
was
expect
shocking.
that. Yeah. Well, I mean, the end was kind of. I don't know. You had the teens that became the
Yeah, it was a little
the
over
We're
the
gonna
renegades,
save the
and-
world.
It was overdone.
You know, but no, I think if the beginning didn't catch your attention, then
But also the desperation of the teenagers that they start going against each
Mm-hmm.
other when they find out they have an informer in the group,
Right.
stuff like that. That's what society does.
Yeah.
And they sort of showed it from a teenage angle, but that's what society does.
I think it's a good movie to predict where we're heading.
Yeah, we might be there already.
1985. Back to the Future. Was this the first one?
Yeah.
Marty McFly, a 17-year-old high school student, is accidentally sent 30 years into the past in a time traveling DeLorean invented by his close friend, the maverick scientist Doc Brown. Interesting take on time travel that includes predictions from the filmmakers of what's to be in the future. Some things have already happened.
True. Very true.
Yeah, it's true.
You never saw Red Dawn? Mama, you want to watch that.
Even the remake was good, even though it surprisingly the remake dealt with China, but no coincidence there.
China.
No.
But they
China.
were both good. But the original one was really good. Back to the Future was just a fun movie to watch.
just cute,
It was,
yeah.
it was a fun movie, and I think the message was you can't go back in time and mess with things because it will change the future.
Everything.
Yeah. So
It doesn't work. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And, and the thing about some of the things they predicted in the movie did happen already. I mean, like the hoverboards and stuff like that. All right, they're not totally the way they said it would be.
No.
But they're close.
They come close.
yeah.
Just redesigned.
Yep.
I think one of the predictions for one of the World Series they predicted in there or something. I don't remember.
Oh, was it? I don't
was
remember
something
that.
else. I forget something else. Yeah, it's a
That's funny.
crazy movie. Yeah.
1985 Cocoon. Ooh. When a group of trespassing seniors swim in a pool containing alien cocoons, they find themselves energized with youthful vigor.
That was a fun movie to watch.
That was good.
I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed that movie a lot. It had a great cast in it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I mean,
It's the discovery of the fountain of youth. That's what it is.
yeah.
It's giving hope to old people that they can find a place and become young again. And it's wishful thinking.
Does it make
Or
them
was it a
younger?
plot for the aliens to abduct us?
I don't know. It could be
They
that.
never really talk about
But if
that.
they come to me, they probably give me back.
Right.
So I'm not worried
They'd
about
be like,
that.
we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Thanks.
We don't need this guy.
was a good-
1986.
It was a
Go
good
ahead.
movie, though.
It was good. 1986, decades after surviving the Nostromo incident,
Yeah, the Nostromo incident. Right.
Ellen Ripley is sent out to re-establish contact with the
Trans-
terraforming.
Terraforming, yeah.
I don't know what that word is.
terraforming colony.
But finds herself battling the alien queen and her offspring.
Yeah, this is the sequel to Alien, which was her first trip that she dealt with the aliens. This one, she goes back with a crew and tries to find the queen bee.
I don't know. There was so many of them.
It's
Why'd you pick this one?
because the first one I found too, excuse me, too, I don't know, it's too slow. It didn't get anything exciting. This one is absolutely exciting. And the way she handles the situation with fighting with the queen bee and how the crew goes against each other when they all become terrified. That they're all
Fear,
gonna
how fear
die.
affects
It's-
you.
The whole concept, the alien against human, they show all the conflict and the behavior of both sides in this movie. And I thought it was a better movie. That's
It also
why.
shows what the military was willing to sacrifice just to keep the alien too.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm not a big fan of sci-fi, like I said.
1986, Platoon.
Yeah, Platoon.
Platoon. Chris Taylor, a
Never fight. Never fight.
sure recruit in Vietnam, finds himself caught in a battle of wills between two sergeants,
Two sides.
one good and the other evil. A shrewd examination of the brutality of war and the duality of man in conflict.
Yep, definitely.
I'm going back to. I'm just looking at Arthur's comment here. The director's cut is the best. It explains a lot. What movie are you referring to, Arthur? Are you talking about Cocoon? Or are you talking about Back to the Future? I'm curious because I didn't see.
Or
that comment.
Aliens.
Or Aliens, true. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Platoon was interesting. That was an interesting movie.
Well, what it is, it is good versus evil because they're really,
Aliens, he says.
oh, aliens. Yeah,
The director's cut. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's right about that. The director's cut doesn't leave anything out. It's good.
I didn't see
You're
it.
right, Arthur.
I didn't see the director's cut.
So
Anyway,
Platoon.
sorry.
So Platoon is obviously it takes place in Vietnam. It's about a young guy that comes over there, has no idea what war means. Well, he has no idea what's going on, no clue at all. He's a college dropout that chose to go in to join the service because he felt he was a liberal, definitely, because he said that I don't think it's right that everybody that has no money, minorities, they're all forced to fight this war. But people like me who are rich or have money can go to college and not go to war. That's why I came here. It's supposed to be a takeoff on Oliver Stone, who directed the movie, because he went to Vietnam. And so it's sort of like a take on his experiences in Vietnam. But what's intriguing about it is the battle between good and evil. The one sergeant being good and the one sergeant being evil, and this young kid, Chris Ford, being caught in the middle. And the way it's done, it's absolutely fair. I mean, both the bad guy, who's Tom Berenger in this, and the good guy, William Dafoe, they're just excellent in it. They're phenomenal in it. But the whole movie is very violent. It's hard to look at some of it. There's scenes when they burn down a Vietnamese village and things like that I wouldn't want to watch that too often. And the brutality of certain other behaviors of the men. But overall, it's an interesting movie to watch.
I haven't watched it in years.
So Full Metal Jacket. What year did that come out, Dad? Keith missed it.
87.
87.
1987. A pragmatic U.S. Marine observes the dehumanizing
Right. Dehumanizing. Is the word.
dehumanizing efforts the Vietnam War has on its fellow recruits, from their brutal boot camp training to the bloody street fighting in Hue.
Right.
Yeah, another great movie. Great movie. It really, I mean, the whole first 3/4 of the movie focuses on boot camp, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
well, I mean, the whole movie is Audley Emery, the guy that plays the drill instructor. Because in real life, that's what he was, a drill instructor. He is brutal. And he is so real as a drill instructor, that it's like, it's amazing that he could put on the performance he did. But the reason he did is because he put himself on there. That's the way he acted as a
Right.
drill instructor.
he was fantastic.
So,
He was great in that role.
Yeah, John can tell you that about, boot camp and basic training and things like that. And these guys were brutal at times, but this guy was unbelievable. He was over the top, and he was really good in it. So you said the 3/4 of the movie is about boot camp,
Right.
And what he puts one young recruit through, he should be a washout, really. He's a loser, and at the end he becomes a madman. He becomes a killer, and he loses his mind because of what the sergeant has put him through.
Right.
And as justice will be, he winds up killing the sergeant. So
Wow.
it's quite well done. But then the last quarter of the movie is about Vietnam,
It's about Vietnam.
and what they go through over there. It's a good movie.
So what is better, Platoon or Full Metal Jacket?
Two different-
Andrea wants to know.
Two very different movies.
Two different movies with two different messages.
I agree. I think Full Metal Jacket's a better movie. Platoon was a good movie, but it's a little bit slow, I thought.
It's a different take on the war.
Yeah.
See, you're looking at two different. You're looking at preparing for war, and going
And actually
there,
being in war.
Yeah, and actually going through the
Oh,
entire
okay.
time in the battlefield. So it's two different movies. If I was going to choose both, one of them, I'd say both of them for two different reasons.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
mean, either one of them is well worth watching.
So watch both.
If you think,
There you go.
yeah, if you think one is better than the other, you have a right to that opinion because it could be to you anyway. But to me, they're both really good.
I personally like Full Metal Jacket better, but not to say Platoon wasn't a good movie.
That's
It
my
was.
point. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have your
Well, it all depends on what you're looking for, too, right?
you got your personal favorite. That's fine. Yep.
1980s. Oh,
What the heck are you saying?
the best movie ever. Good Morning, Vietnam.
Great movie.
In 1965, an unorthodox and irrelevant DJ named Adrian Conacher begins to shake up things. Cronauer begins to shake up things when he is assigned to the U.S. Armed Services radio station in Vietnam. A satire of the lives of U.S. soldiers serving in South Vietnam, Robin Williams is brilliant, bringing both comedy and tragedy to his role.
Absolutely. He is brilliant in this. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Love him.
And the thing is, it's a true story.
So many different scenes.
Adrian Cronauer is still alive, I believe.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah.
I believe he is. And it's about Vietnam in a different way. It's about,
The other side of it.
well, it's about a guy that doesn't really have a clue what going to war really means, because he's always behind.
He's a DJ.
He's behind the scenes. He's trying to support the troops with music and comedy and things like that. But he happens to fall into a situation where he gets exposed to the enemy, and he really realizes.
He has the innocent side of him.
Yeah, he realizes what's going on with these guys, so he decides to start telling the truth.
truth, right.
Instead of censoring everything he wants to say. And it causes him all kinds of chaos with the U.S. Army, or Air Force in this case, I guess. And they send him home. But it's a wonderful movie. It really is. He's fantastic in it.
But it's really good to see that censorship side of it, because that information's coming through, but there's 10 people it went through
Forget
before it
yeah.
even.
And that's the message of the whole thing. You never get the truth.
No.
You never
And
get
it's
the
all
truth.
changed if it is even a slim of the truth.
Right.
So I want to go back 1, 2, 3, 4 things up. 1, 2, 3, 4, that one. So Andrea says it's hard to watch, but everyone should be reminded of what our service members go through.
Are we
for
talking
us.
Full Metal Jacket or Platoon
Either one.
for that comment?
We
Well,
need to
that's
remember
true.
what we're told and what we see is not what happens. Even with Good Morning Vietnam, we have no idea what's going on.
No.
Adrian Cronauer passed away in 2018.
Thank you. I didn't know that. Is that Christine?
Of
Yeah.
course,
Thank you,
it's
Christine.
Such a good movie. I
Yeah,
could watch
he was.
I could watch that movie over and over
Oh.
again and never get tired of it.
Nope.
It was hilarious. It was just a great
So
movie.
good.
And God bless him, man. I'm
he's
so
the
sad that he
best.
passed away because
Yeah,
he was so talented.
He never tapped
It was-
into his entire talent. He's just fantastic. And he could do straight drama, too.
Mm-hmm.
He was so
He played
good.
that bad guy in that one movie about the photographer, the photo shop or something.
Debt to Smoochie, was that one, or
I
was
don't
it
know. No, it wasn't that. A photo something, or
maybe?
he owned he worked
Yeah,
in a photo
I know what
shop.
you were talking about. Yeah,
He
yeah.
was bad in that,
Yeah.
and yet he was good. He's just
Yeah.
a fantastic
He
guy.
was so talented.
Yeah, he was.
But again, we don't know what's really going on with
No.
mental health.
No, we
So
don't.
be nice to everybody.
Yep.
1988, Beetlejuice. The spirits of a deceased couple are harassed by an unbearable family that has moved into their home and hire a malicious spirit to drive them out.
Yeah, this was. I don't know why I even picked this movie, because to me it's very weird, but it's very funny. Michael Keaton is very good in it, but
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that mayor in Chicago,
Lori Lightfoot.
Lightfoot. And I said, you know what? I saw this movie on there, and I said I got to mention this movie. Because,
Oh, that's funny.
Because I mean,
Is this her reincarnated?
It's an enjoyable movie. It is. It's funny. It's very good. But that's the only reason I picked it.
Well, for those of you who like Beetlejuice, they're coming out with a second.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
With the same cast.
Winona Ryder's going to play the mom, and then she has a daughter, and I think Michael Keaton's coming back. I don't know if
Beetlejuice?
Alec Baldwin's coming back.
I don't know. Like, come on, guys. That's like they redid all the Disney stuff. I'm
Well,
like,
they're not
what?
redoing it. It's actually part 2.
Oh, it's part 2. It's
yeah,
gonna go
they're
on
not
with the story.
yeah, they're not redoing it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
part 2.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. I don't like
I don't like when you redo stuff. It doesn't make it better.
I don't either.
Let it be. You can make a second one, but don't
Yeah, sequel's good.
don't
Yeah.
change it.
Right.
So 1988, Mississippi Burning.
I did not like that movie. I don't know
I've
why.
never even
I
heard
did-
of it.
For some reason, I did not like it.
Two FBI agents with wildly different styles arrive in Mississippi to investigate the disappearance of some civil rights activists.
It's like
Interesting.
a docudrama. It's like a docudrama.
Almost to be considered a docudrama.
Yeah, it is. It's the acting. How do you can't beat Gene Hackman and William Dafoe? They're both great actors. And Frances McDermott, who's a very good actress. I mean, she's I think she's won at least 2 Academy Awards. She's fantastic. So the movie is about the violence in the South in the 50s, Mississippi, of course, in this case, and how they are so brainwashed down there to what they believe, and how when these guys from the north come down, William Defoe is an FBI agent from the north. He intermingles with Gene Hackman, who's a southern FBI agent, and they kind of clash. But they're both after the same thing, finding out who killed these three teenage boys who were civil rights workers.
Okay.
And the acting is phenomenal in it, but you have to see just how people think and how they are so different and how they approach things, and how racism is so vicious in itself. I
Yeah.
mean, what happened? It's really well done. It is. It's a good. It's again. It's nothing. It's not spectacular in any stretch of the imagination, but the acting and the script, the story is phenomenal.
It's a drama. It'd be a drama.
Yeah, it's a really good story. It really is.
Maybe I have to watch it again because I was young when I watched it.
I was
the
say
first
I've
time. I
never
wasn't-
seen it, so that sounds good.
If you like straight drama and with no excitement other than straight drama, it's real. The acting is fantastic.
Okay.
I like Gene Hackman too, though. I think he's a good actor.
1989, because it's 8:30, y'all.
Okay.
It's fine.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Well, we have, 30 more years?
No,
We go to
30 more
1999.
years.
I didn't know how far we were going.
10 more years.
Okay. In 1938, after his father goes missing while pursuing the Holy Grail, Indiana Jones finds himself up against the Nazis again to stop them from attaining its powers.
Yeah, we kind of touched base on this before, so we really not to go
Same thing,
too
good
much
versus
into it.
evil.
Well, to me, this whole movie is Sean Connery,
Yeah, 100%.
without a doubt. I mean, the guy's a
was
fantastic
great.
actor anyway, and I didn't get the chance to pick the Untouchables. I don't think in his series, which he was great in that also. But he was fantastic in it.
He had,
But
a lot
you
of,
say-
he had a lot of great roles.
Yeah, but like I said, this is sort of like a pick me up of what Raiders of the Lost Ark
Mm-hmm.
was. So if you like one, you like both of them.
What I did like about this movie is they
Sorry.
kind of went back to Indy as a kid. They kind of showed you how he got started.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoyed about the movie.
That was River Phoenix, right? The
Yeah,
player.
River Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah. What I liked about the movie, there's a scene in it where he bumps into Harrison Ford, bumps into Adolf
Hitler,
Hitler
yeah.
by accident. And it's humorous, but it's frightening too. Just to think of the possibility.
It could have been.
And the
And
way
he
it's
signs his book.
right, he signs his book. Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah, it was,
That's funny.
It was a good movie.
And that it could be that simple.
Right,
Yeah.
1989, Glory.
Glory. Yes.
Robert
that was a good movie.
Goldshaw leads the U.S. Civil War's first all-black volunteer company, fighting prejudices from both his own Union Army and the Confederates.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed Glory.
This is probably one of my favorite movies for acting. I mean, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, even a guy that's not my favorite, Matthew Broderick.
Love
Yeah.
Morgan
They
Freeman.
were both. They were just absolutely fantastic, and it's a true story. What these black troops went through to get any recognition and any respect was unbelievable. But in the end, they got it. But most of them died for it. But it's a great story. It's a true story, and it's something that every young person should see to see what really happened back in those days.
Yeah.
Christine said she just watched it Sunday night.
Did you like it, Christine?
It's a great movie.
Even Mom said she
There you
liked
go.
it.
Yeah.
I think a movie that comes close, not that I want to get off track, but that I really enjoyed was The Patriot when Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it's a different. It's got some of the same theme.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
different in a lot of ways too.
It was still good. It was a good movie. All right, 1990.
1990, Ghost. Everybody
That's
loves
Mom's
this
favorite movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, Mom loves that movie.
It's mushy. After a young man is murdered, his spirit stays behind to warn his lover of impending danger with the help of a reluctant psychic.
The reason I picked this movie was because it mixes romance.
It has your
Comedy.
favorite person in it.
Well, it mixes romance, comedy, and the
Oh, is that wrong?
supernatural. No, I don't like her, but that's
Thought you
beside the
loved
point.
her.
She won.
She was good in that movie, though.
Yeah, she
Great.
was.
She was very
excellent.
good in that movie, yeah.
She was excellent in that. She was good in the purple. Was it Color Purple too?
The Color Purple,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
And all the nun ones.
But this was a good movie. I mean, the concept of this movie, the story behind it, and how they were so deep in love, and he dies, and the way they bring it all together, and the mediums that come into play in it. That
Yeah.
And they make pots together.
well, whatever. But it was. I thought it was a great love story. It was. It really was.
No,
It was a good movie.
Good movie.
1991.
Great movie.
Silence of the Lambs.
Absolutely great movie.
A young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulative cannibal killer to help catch another serial killer, a madman who skins his victims. It puts the lotion on the skin.
So it is based on a real
Yes, it is.
It
character.
really?
It's based on Buffalo Bill.
Yes.
Buffalo Bill is the, yep.
Puts the lotion on the
The
skin.
reason I picked this movie totally was for no other reason. You should watch it for Anthony Hopkins' performance.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He was
great.
scared the hell out of you
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah, he was
He was
amazing.
just unbelievable. I mean, the storyline's good, but like you say, it's taken from a true story, and it's overdone a little bit in certain areas. But he is just absolutely the scariest you ever see him in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he's a great actor anyway.
best movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
1992, one of my favorite movies. I think I
Aladdin.
know every single song. This was my childhood.
Yeah, well, good luck with it.
Like, this is what I grew up with. So
Oh.
I didn't play into it.
All right, well, then
A
you can
kind-hearted-
then you talk about this movie.
I could
then.
sing you every song.
I don't want you to sing me a song. Just
Oh.
talk about the movie.
It was a great movie. It was a girl, and there was she had a tiger, and then there was a genie, and she got to ride on a carpet, and there was a crazy parrot.
Yes, that was what's his name? The guy just died recently.
Gilbert Godfrey,
Yeah,
Wah, wah. Yeah,
He was great.
a kind-hearted street urchin
Urchin, right?
and a power-hungry grand vizier. Zai, what's Vi?
They fight for.
They
magic
fight for a
lamp.
magic lamp that has the power to make their deepest wishes come true.
Right.
And then when you rub the lamp, you go into the, and then he eats you, and you go in the sand.
Another great performance by Robin Williams.
You can't outdo that one.
No, when
I'm sorry.
nothing against Will Smith, but when they tried to put him as a genie,
What?
there's no.
But that wasn't a cartoon. That
No, it wasn't. It was
that
a live action or whatever they
Didn't
call
work.
that.
Didn't
No,
work.
Didn't work.
You can't.
I never saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't either,
You don't want
and
to
I wouldn't see it.
You don't want to see it. It's a disappointment.
Yeah,
Is that the new one they did?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, come on, people.
yeah.
No, Robin Williams was absolutely. I mean, just and the music, like you said, the song.
I can sing that song all day, Andrea.
Yeah, it's good.
Drink wine and sing Aladdin
One
songs.
one of Robin Williams' best performances.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
really think.
Yeah.
Done.
Some of the things he does, and the animation with him doing it.
Oh, the animation
is what
was great.
makes it great. The way he changes, spins
voice
heads,
and-
and 7 different people pop
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was very well done.
Now the song's in my head, Andrea. Thanks. Oh, my cousin Vinny. These are good movies, Dad.
Well, but I didn't choose them just because they were good movies.
Well, I'm like them because they're good movies.
Well, good. I'm glad you
1992. Two New Yorkers accused of. You want to know I like this movie? I'll tell you when I'm done. Two New Yorkers. Oh, it's my cousin Vinny. Two New Yorkers accused of murder in rural Alabama while on their way back to college call in the help of one of their cousins, a loudmouth lawyer with no trial experience. You want to know why I like it?
Why?
Because the girl knows about cars and she gets them off.
She does. She knows about cars. That's for sure.
That's the only reason why you like the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the movie.
I mean, it
because
was a good movie, but that's why I like the movie the most.
what I liked
I was
about
a girl
the movie,
growing up who liked cars.
What I liked about the movie, beside what she's just saying, which was interesting, I liked the way Maria Tomei, what's her name? Tomei, she performed that role. She was good.
Yeah, she was.
Because at the end, she was like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
And then they're like, hello. The whole key to the whole thing.
What I liked about it was the way they portrayed the experiences of a guy from New York going down to deep-rooted
How he's
Alabama,
received and everything.
and
yeah.
how he's received, how he experiences the food down there, and the
the
wild
lifestyle.
I didn't
The
think about
mud-
any of that.
the mud he deals with, and then he goes to court, and the court system is totally different,
Yep.
and he has no clue how to try a murder case anyway, because he was an insurance lawyer or something.
yeah.
So I mean, the whole thing is the whole concept is great, just great.
That's funny. I never thought about the New Yorker part of it.
Yeah. It's
Great cast too. It was a
Great
great
cast.
cast.
Amazing.
even the small roles played by people that testified on the stand, and everything,
Yeah.
they were all
So
fabulous.
good.
Fabulous.
Good movie.
1993, Schindler's List. In German-occupied Poland during World War II, industrialist Oskar Schindler gradually becomes concerned for his Jewish workforce after witnessing their persecution by the Nazis. It is a very difficult film to watch.
Yes, it is.
The stark reality of the horrors committed and the innocent during World War II.
Yeah, it's a long movie too, and
Very long.
it's. I mean, the guy gets his credit.
I didn't realize it was Liam Neeson.
Yeah, but the guy that he's playing, Schindler, he really did all this, and he never really got recognition for it. I mean, because he was really he was on the run for the rest of his life because he really was considered a Nazi, and he was a Nazi. But what he did to help all these people save their lives, as you remember in the movie, at the end they go to pay respect to him after he dies. All these hundreds of people's lives that he saved.
Yeah.
But the movie is very hard to watch because Steven Spielberg manages to capture the lives in a concentration camp and what these people went through. It's just horrifying. And what sticks with me to this
But the
day.
sad thing is that was probably nothing compared to what really happened.
Well, I only can show you so much. But what sticks with me to this very day, it's done, the movie's done in black and white. But there's a scene where this little girl is walking to her death with all these other people, and she has a red dress on. And I'm saying, why is she the only one in
color?
With color. But then you see her body later on, you see a red dress in a pile of bodies.
Yep.
And the way, I just thought that was unbelievable.
Very good.
Yeah, the way Spielberg's done that.
That was very good.
Yeah.
To bring light to that. That was very good.
It was. Okay.
1993, Jurassic Park. A pragmatic paleontologist touring an almost complete theme park is on an island in Central America, is tasked with protecting a couple of kids after a power failure causes the park's cloned dinosaurs to run loose.
So you know the message I got from this movie? Not only was it just
Dinosaurs
a
are
fantastic
awesome.
movie and something that's never been done before.
Don't screw with Mother Nature.
Don't screw with Mother Nature. Don't try to play God
Right.
because it will backfire.
Yep.
And that's the message I got from it.
That's exactly what the
But
message you should have got.
on the movie side, it changed the way movies were made.
Everything.
They did things with robotics.
Oh, the dinosaurs. To this day, I remember the first time I saw that. I actually thought they were dinosaurs. I mean,
well, this kicked off the digital age
Yeah.
of movies.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, they did things. They experimented with digital stuff that before that it was stop animation. You know, if you guys want to know what stop animation is, you take a model,
Take a picture,
and
move
each
it, take a
scene
picture.
you move it just a little bit, and that's stop animation. That was how you did films back then. But now this movie dove into
Had the robotic,
right. They
with
actually
the
started
rubber
doing
and-
everything digitally. I mean, they used real life size. Like the T-Rex was a life size animatronic they built.
Tell me you
But
didn't pee
a
yourself
lot
when
of
you were
the
the
digital
actor and you
stuff.
walked up to that one. Ah.
And from what I hear is I love Spielberg. I really do. He hid some of the dinosaurs from the cast until it came to filming
Oh, that's
to get
just
genuine
mean.
reactions from the cast. So that was kind of cool.
I want to know I want to see the behind the scenes
Right.
thing where people are like, I just peed myself.
Well, the thing to me, even though the Tyrannosaurus Rex was frightening, to me the most impressive thing was the first time you see the dinosaurs, and it's what is it? The ones with the long necks. What do they call them?
Brachiosaurus
Oh yeah, where
You
they're
saw
eating
them
the stuff.
in the park. Yeah,
That was
it was
blew my
breathtaking.
mind.
It was breathtaking. Yeah.
That's the word.
My
that-
one that would have made me be like, oh, pee a little inside is the little ones with the.
Oh yeah.
As soon as
spit
that
the
thing
poison
ran
out
up
of
to
you?
me, as soon as that thing ran up to me and fluffed itself out, I'd be like, oh,
So kind of funny note about me. I don't even know I think you know this. You might not know this though.
he's a nerd.
I saw this movie literally. I'm not joking. 17 times.
Are
in
you
the theater.
serious?
I didn't know that.
I went like twice a week to see
You said
this
you went
movie.
with Andy and Rob and
Oh,
the kid.
I went by myself 3 or 4 times. I was just blown away by what they did. Because you know me, you know my imagination growing up, you know that, and I love sci-fi stuff. I was blown away by this movie so much that I went and saw it 17 times.
I was
Wow.
I was always grateful that you never messed with chemistry sets.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, so definitely.
Very, very happy because who knows what could have happened.
All right, move on. We got to get going here.
1994, Shawshank Redemption. Oh, so good. Over the course of several years, 2 convicts form a friendship seeking consolidation and eventually redemption through basic compassion.
See, Arthur's got me too. He said he saw
Considered,
it a bunch of times.
you guys are crazy. I never saw it growing up. I saw it when I was older.
I'll drink to us nerds, okay?
Considered
Arthur?
nerds need love too. Considered one of the best films of all times, constantly shown on television, still on
it's
television
always on
all the
television.
time.
Yep.
Not sure I agree with the over the top accolades, but it was a good film.
Yeah.
What do you mean by over the top accolades?
Well, it's considered one of the best films of all time. They show it
So
like
good.
100 times a week.
That and Green Mile.
I, don't,
Done.
Yeah.
I think it's a
So
good
good.
movie. I think Morgan Freeman is as usually as good as he is. And I'm not a big fan of Tim Robbins, but he was very good in it.
He's good. I like Tim Robbins.
But the guy that was really good in it was the warden, Bob Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really good in that. But again, I think it got more than it deserved, but it is well worth watching.
See, Andrea said she loves nerds.
Okay.
I just love one.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Oh my
We're almost done, I think.
No, we got 5 more to go.
There
So
Right,
I can't. I'll read this. The Mask, 1994. Bank clerk Stanley Ipkiss is transformed into a manic superhero when he wears a mysterious mask. So I am not a Jim Carrey.
But this was a great movie.
Either am I.
It's not.
But he
It's a
was great in this
He
movie.
bothers me.
No, he
No,
was
this
good.
was
in
a
this
That's why I
great
can't
movie.
do. What's the one you like that you tell me is great?
Ace Ventura.
No, with the plane. No, that's a stupid movie too. With the planes
Planes.
and the guy and the stuff. They made it the new one with the
Oh,
flying in
me,
the planes.
me, myself, and Irene.
No, it has nothing to do with Jim Carrey.
Oh, I don't know.
You fly through the planes and it's a plane movie and you and John love it.
Airplane?
It has the guy in it. No, the Air Force one.
Top Gun?
Yes, I can't stand him either.
No, but you give Jim Carrey credit for this movie. He did a fantastic
He did.
job. I mean,
No.
to do what he did, you don't appreciate good acting.
Do what he
so it doesn't
did. What
matter.
did he do? He was retarded as
His
he
acting was
always
incredible in this.
He was good in this.
He was great.
You're wrong about that.
Yeah, you-
I don't,
No.
and I'm not a Carrey fan. I do not like Jim Carrey.
I definitely think you're wrong about that. I think you're.
I agree.
Anybody else?
I did
Anybody else
not-
going to back me up on
I
that?
did not like it.
Well.
I thought it was a stupid film, just as all of his other ones.
Back to the next one.
I don't do that slapstick. It's not funny to me. It's not.
1995.
I'm so sorry.
Keep going.
Well, tell me what you want about
Toy
the movie.
Story.
Well, I told you what's great about it. It's the whole concept and special effects. You know, just the way it was done. It was done.
There was good special effects.
It combined animation with real life, and it was believable in its own crazy way. And to me, the favorite person in the whole story is the dog.
Oh yeah, because he puts
Yeah.
the mask on. That is cute. Okay, I like that.
But anyway, let's move on.
1995, a cowboy doll is profoundly threatened and jealous when a new spaceman action figure supplants
Supplants, yeah.
him
Supplants.
as a top toy in the boy's bedroom.
Yeah, makes him the top-notch guy, yeah.
Takes his spot.
This was good. It was kind of an interesting take from a toy perspective.
We're
I
talking
thought.
about Toy Story. She never mentioned that, by the way. It is Toy Story.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Toy Story. It's a great movie. It's great.
It's got
It's so funny.
incredible animation. Along
I like the pig.
It's a good story. Most kids can identify with it.
Yep,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's
Well, and then
100%.
I like the different kids that are in it
Yeah.
too. The different kids that are in it too. Like you have him who takes care of his toys. You have the sister that tries to like steal stuff.
Right,
You have the
right.
neighbor who blows stuff up. Like
But I also like the fact that usually children's stories kind of lean towards either boys or girls.
Right.
this is
And
either.
This was
this
both.
is either, and the toys are good for both boys
Right.
and girls.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah, it was really good. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like it had everybody in it.
Not
so,
that it would stand the test of time today, but you know.
No, it wouldn't be fun.
But I think this wasn't this.
so
When is that one of?
too many.
What is that one of Pixar's earlier movies too? Pixar just kind of
Yeah,
got started doing
Yeah.
animation, right?
They were just getting started
Yeah, that's
then.
what I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, this was still Walt Disney Pictures.
Right.
This wasn't even Pixar yet.
Yeah, I think Pixar had because the beginning of it shows Pixar.
No,
Does
Pixar
it?
was in it.
Oh, okay.
Pixar was involved.
They were like
in it.
one of the producers.
One of the
it.
okay.
Yeah.
So 1996, A Time to Kill. In Clanton, Mississippi, a fearless young lawyer and his assistant defend a black man accused of murdering two white men who raped his 10-year-old daughter, enticing violent retribution and revenge from the Ku Klux Klan.
What movie is this?
A Time to Kill.
I never saw this. Wasn't
This
that
is a fantastic movie.
was it? I never saw it.
But let her finish what she's saying.
Sorry.
How was it?
In between the movies, and it's like an in between movie, like Sling Blade. I don't know if you ever saw Sling Blade.
I saw some weird.
They both have serious messages it was like a very powerful film. And Samuel L. Jackson,
the best.
he plays the father of the young girl that was raped, and he absolutely steals every scene.
I have to watch it. I never
he's
watched
just,
it.
the whole cast is good. Matthew McConaughey's good in it, but it's no doubt in my mind Samuel L. Jackson was the best.
Interesting.
Kevin Spacey was in it. He was a good actor. He played one of the attorneys, I think.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock was in it. She's a very good actress.
She's a good actor,
And you know who was in it? Keith Sullivan.
Really?
Really?
He
Oh,
was-
yeah.
He was one of the bad guys.
Yep.
And he really, well, he could do a bad guy good anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm
he's
like,
good.
that's not hard for him.
that's not hard for him. But
All right.
it's well worth watching just to see Samuel Jackson's performance.
Yeah, I
But
wanna see
again,
more
it's
of
one of these movies about the conflicts in the South with white and blacks. And it's very, very, it's very realistic what went on. There's a-
Sling Blade is riveting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slim Blade was
Okay.
good.
1997, Face Off. Such a good movie.
Another great movie.
To fool a terrorist plot, an FBI agent undergoes facial transplant surgery to assume the identity of the criminal mastermind who murdered his only son. But the criminal wakes up prematurely and seeks revenge.
Yeah, it's the premise is unbelievable.
I agree.
And
And this is 90s.
and the ending is mind blowing. It really, you're not sure what you saw at
Right.
the end. Really, it's really well done. It's a good movie. And
It's
I'm not
absolutely crazy.
I'm not a big fan of Nicolas
Cage.
Nicolas Cage, but he is a good actor.
He is a good actor.
He is a good
I like
actor.
him.
I give him that.
I like him.
He's always been good. I've always liked him. 1998,
Oh.
Saving Private Ryan. Can I say something?
Sure.
I've never seen this movie.
Shame
Yeah,
on you.
We watched it together.
Did we watch it?
Yeah, you and I watched
Yeah,
it.
that must have really impressed you.
I know, right? We just watched it like a month ago, you and I.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
And then they go behind the thing and then they blow up the thing. Oh, yeah. No, it was good.
Do you guys live in the same room?
No. I'm so sorry.
Well, I could speak from experience. You and I went and saw this movie together.
Yes, we did.
And one of the takeaways I had from the movie, when you and I left the theater, there wasn't a sound made
Everybody
in
was
that theater.
quiet. That's what you were saying.
I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, everybody was affected by
Yeah.
it. It's,
Yeah.
you know, when I first heard it was Spielberg doing it, because he's talented.
He's
Don't-
incredible.
He's
Spielberg's
incredible.
But he's not
But I
this kind of
He's not this
movie.
Exactly.
This isn't his type of movie.
This is
No.
this type. So I said, I don't know. Is he going to make this like into some sci-fi thing or something? And he actually, I mean, you can ask any veteran that experienced D-Day. I mean, I wasn't old enough to be there then, but contrary to what my daughter-in-law might think, yeah. But anyway, you ask anybody that was over there, they'll tell you he got it completely.
The first 15 minutes of the movie
it's-
was
it's
just
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
I think the movie goes downhill from there. Not to anybody's fault.
I think
No.
I think if you start out with something that powerful,
It's hard to-
I mean, the
yeah,
blood and the
yeah,
water, the
yeah.
sand red, you can't really.
No.
Where do you go from there? But that's when the story starts.
Yeah.
But the cast was
After
phenomenal.
that. Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you
after
couldn't have picked
that,
a better
And
that's
it
when the
wasn't
story
really that many
starts.
famous people in it, but I mean, they were good actors, solid
Yeah,
actors.
yeah.
Yeah,
and they did a
absolutely.
good. But what I like the way they presented the beginning of it with the flag
Yeah.
blowing, and then the guy walking to the cemetery.
cemetery, yeah.
I mean,
That's
just
good.
I mean, it honored the people he should honor, and that's what
Yeah.
I liked about it. And
Yeah.
It was very good. It was
well
done very well.
And what I'm surprised is the press, which we know mostly leans to one side, actually did not pan this movie. They liked it, and that makes me feel good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that when
That
I
was
saw
another-
Born
that was
on
another
the 4th
thing.
of July in theater. I never ate my treats. I was stunned throughout the movie.
Born on the 4th of
Isn't
July
that
was a good
crazy? You
movie,
just
too.
sit there and you're like, your mouth's open the whole time. You don't even know
Yeah.
what happened. But it was a good movie. I remember it now. Sorry, I don't
Okay, you remember
pay
that now.
attention to much in
We got
life.
2 more to go.
I don't think so. I think this is it.
No, I got 2 more to go.
Do you?
So, What Dreams May Come,
Yeah.
a runner-up to the film for concept and story would be What Dreams May Come, a movie about love.
I tell you, I watched that movie. It was a weird. The movie's out there,
I've never heard of it.
but it's.
There's a putty dog. There's a putty dog on the front.
I mean, Robin Williams was fantastic in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. was great.
Very
in it.
sim-
I mean, it was.
Love him.
It's very confusing movie.
It was a very confusing.
But the way
movie.
they present heaven is like the way you want to picture it.
Yeah.
Is there puppy dogs there?
With the colorful flowers and the meadows and all. I mean, it gives you peace of mind in a way.
Yeah.
But the whole concept of him dying and then the wife dying and,
Right.
and trying to meet them together. But she had committed suicide,
Right.
so she
So
wasn't
she didn't
eligible
get
for
that,
heaven,
yeah.
and he's trying to figure out a way to
How to
get
get
her
to
there.
her.
And Cuba Gooding is the guardian angel, so to
He's the
speak,
angel, yeah.
and he's trying to help him. It's well
That's
done.
cute. We gotta watch that movie.
It's a very
You
confusing
never saw it?
No, I've never even heard
It was
of
it was like it's out there.
It's
The movie's
intense.
out there.
It
It's
is.
Robin Williams
really
and Cuba Gooding
crazy.
Jr. That's gonna be a
Yeah,
good movie.
It was yeah.
It's out there though. It's not. It's nothing you would expect.
well, there's a
Nothing
puppy
you would
dog in it. I like puppy dogs.
Oh, we got 2 more to go.
1990. Oh, The Sixth Sense. So good. My head just like.
Yeah.
Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist, starts treating a young boy, Cole, who encounters dead people and convinces him to help them. In turn, Cole helps Malcolm reconcile with his estranged wife.
I do have to say that's the first movie, and I give a lot of credit to that movie.
That you had to watch
You had
again.
no idea till the end.
No.
No, and you had
No
to watch
idea.
it again,
Yeah.
knowing the ending, being like, "Oh yeah, no, that makes sense." Seriously,
No, I had
Andrea.
no clue. I had no clue.
Fantastic movie.
It was that. Wait, what just happened?
Even the kid, whoever I can't remember what his name was. Haley, is it Haley
Haley
Joel Osment?
Joel
Haley Joel
Osment.
Haley Joel Osment. That's right.
Played a couple of movies with.
Yeah, but
Done after that, bro. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
That was
what a-
such a good movie.
What a great movie.
Just the looks on his face and
Yeah.
his expressions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the reason I picked that movie was the ending is worth the wait.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
yeah.
It's just, the whole concept of spirits and dead people and everything, you go, yeah, way out there, far out there. But that kid makes you believe he sees all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
Oh yeah.
it's amazing.
And I love the
good.
fact that he actually he took, and we talk about this in the paranormal world, he took his gift and he actually put it to good use.
Yeah.
So that's
tried to, all
Right,
the time.
tried
Yeah.
to, right. Yeah.
I mean, he was just a kid too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is the last one.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Andrew, that's the part I'm talking about. The mom that was making the girl
Seriously.
sick and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So good. Like it's definitely one after you watch it, you have to watch it again.
Yeah.
To fully like
Isn't that when he went
get.
they went to the funeral?
Yeah, they showed up at the funeral and he
realized-
brought the box of the videotape
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
dad. Yeah,
exactly.
because he found him
Absolutely
under the bed.
crazy.
Crazy.
Absolutely
movie.
crazy.
Who directed that? Oh, M. Night
M. Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Wow.
That's the guy
Yeah.
that did
I think
The
that was-
Village.
Yeah, The Village.
I think that was his first one.
That's probably his best movie, honestly.
What's the one with
What?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense? Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? The Happening?
No.
What's the one with the
Lady in the Water?
What's the one with
No,
Samuel
that
Jackson?
one was good though.
The one that he's made of
Oh,
glass.
yeah. What Bruce Willis plays? Yeah.
What was the name of that one?
What was it? Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. That was good.
That was good too.
No.
That was good.
yeah. That
The
was-
one with the aliens in the water.
Oh, that was
Signs.
Yes.
That was good. That was
That was
good.
all right, but I don't think it was.
But you think that was better than The Sixth Sense?
Oh yeah.
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. Signs
You're
was good.
upsetting my dog.
Look, you don't know. You don't like Christmas stories, so
You're
why
upsetting
should
my
you listen to it? All right. So anyway, let's.
Bill
get this
agrees
up.
with me. Can you, loudly.
Let's
Go
get
one
rid
more.
of this.
1999. The Insider.
Right. The inside.
Sorry, I was trying to look for the. Sixth Sense was the best. Oh. Okay. 1999, a research chemist comes under personal and professional attack when he decides to appear in a 60 minutes expose on big tobacco.
I've never seen this movie.
The message is obvious.
I don't
That's
think
why.
I've seen it.
That's why I picked it because I'm supposed to be focusing more on messaging, and I kind of drifted a little bit. But
Yeah, we drifted a little bit.
This is a definite message movie. It's about the dangers of
Well, The
smoking
Insider, come on now.
and how the government pretends to care about people, and they cover up a lot of it, and they cover up big tobacco, and everybody's making money, and this guy's trying to expose him, and they're trying to destroy this guy. It's a pretty interesting movie.
I never saw it. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, and he's pretty good in that too. I think that was Russell Crowe, right?
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Russell
Al
Crowe.
Pacino and Russell Crowe.
I like him. I like Russell Crowe. He's a good actor.
So okay, we're
A
done.
baby Al Pacino.
That's it for the movies. Wow.
Yeah.
That takes up to what? 1990?
9 o'clock.
1999.
Okay.
Next one is 20,000.
20,000.
2,000.
2,000, whatever. What did I say? 20,000? 2,000. You know what I meant.
So I want to
20,000.
pull the audience real quick. Do you guys like this kind of a show? Should we do a part 3 and continue on with the movies, or should we call it?
Or should we just sing all the Aladdin songs?
sing all the Aladdin songs?
Oh, boy.
Just a reminder,
Andrea, that can just be me and you. That
after
doesn't-
tonight
people
we
don't
only
need to
have
be in
3
there.
shows left of ours season 2.
Oh, shitball,
So,
seriously?
Yeah, we got 3 shows left. 4th of July will be our last show, or
Oh my God.
July 5th. And then we take a break till Labor Day. We'll come back and start our season 3. So, definitely want some input from you guys on how to come back on season 3. I'd like to get some more guests on in season 3.
Who wants to come talk
Thank
with
you, Andrew.
me?
Appreciate it. All right. Run through the headlines real quick.
Okay.
Because I did put some headlines in there.
George
you hear that?
Soros gives up control of 25 billion empire.
Yeah,
Don't get too excited. He gave it to his son.
Yeah, his son's worse than him.
Seriously?
Just as bad.
You didn't give shit up
Yes,
then.
no, he didn't give it. Just the name only.
All right.
And I'm not even going to pay attention to you. Jonathan Turley, Trump could face terminal sentence if DOJ provides 1 count. George Washington University professor and Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley said that if the federal government provides just 1 count against former President Donald Trump, it could be a terminal sentence for him. For what? Because they're mad at him for doing stuff that
Why do you
freaking
think
Biden's done worse of?
Why do you think they charged him with 35 counts?
I don't know.
Because
You
they know
assuming I
34
pay
of them aren't
attention.
going to make
They're
it.
not going to stick.
I don't know.
It's terrible. I don't even want to
They're
talk
just making
about
shit
that.
up.
I hate it.
Last week, the DOJ indicted
Indicted.
Trump on dozens of charges in connection with whether he allegedly mishandled classified. Didn't Biden just have classified documents in his
Yes.
fucking garage?
Yes.
That was kind of the point of this whole news report, bringing that up. So we give a pass.
So did
But
Hillary Clinton.
Trump was actually president when he got these documents, and Biden was not.
Yep.
Dirty Hillary. I don't even want to talk about that her. Zuckerberg. Establishment asked to censor COVID-19 posts that ended up being true.
I thought that was interesting that he actually admitted this on a podcast.
He said that he did this?
He said that they were asked to cover up.
We already know that. He's still asked now to cover up some of the stuff that's come true?
No. He revealed this on a podcast that he felt that they were asked to censor stuff that now is being proven to be true. You don't have to read the whole thing. That's just
Of
kind of the
course.
gist of it. So, but
We
I
know
thought
that.
it was interesting that he admitted that. Zuckerberg, owner of Facebook, goes on a podcast and admits that. Nobody finds that weird?
No, it's true.
I know it's true, but
It's
it's
Zuckerberg.
weird that he's admitting
Zuckerberg
it.
does nothing weird.
I don't know. I found it kinda
It's weird that he's admitting it.
that he's admitting it. He's admitting that they were told to cover
because
things
they
up.
have the proof now.
They're not going to do anything to him anyway. So what's
Nothing's
the
going to happen. Why not?
No, they
stand
won't.
there?
It's just a point to bring up to people so they wake up. So
I'm so excited.
I had to laugh at this because I was like, I don't know what the freak this is. So
I don't, but it sounds delicious.
Chicken Pickles set to open in Glendale location in July. The Kansas City business that expanded in the Midwest is set to make its mark in the Southwest with its Arizona location opening in the summer. Chicken and Pickle will be joining the Westgate Entertainment District lineup very soon. Go to
I
the
don't know
next-
what
go
it
to the
is,
next
but if
slide.
it's fried chicken and pickles, it sounds delicious.
It's not.
Oh.
It's a pickleball place.
Yeah, it's a pickle.
Oh, I was so excited.
I know they got food there and stuff, but
Yeah, it's not what you think it is.
right. I had Lindsay going for a minute there too.
I was literally going to drive to Glendale to eat fried chicken and pickles. So what is there? Chickens running around while you play pickleball?
No, they
Why
probably
is it called
serve
chicken and
because they
pickle?
probably serve chicken.
Shut up! You guys are stupid.
You
No.
have time for the quiz of the week?
No quiz of the week. Go watch a good movie. We give you guys plenty of ideas.
Oh, there's so many. See, Christine? Christine was Andrea too. It's like, dang it, I hope it was fried chicken and pickle. What the hell kind of name is that? Andrea, we should go down there and be like, you don't have chicken and pickles? What kind of bullshit is this?
That's funny.
That's awful.
Eh.
That's weird.
I'll
What
go the
is-
right. There we go. Go the right one. Switch us back. Got to have it right. So. All right, guys. That's going to do for us tonight.
What did Christine say? Go back.
Really?
Yes, there's comments.
I know, but I'm having a hard time navigating here.
Keith, and I counted down. It's now 30 days down. I know. I'm so excited. We
Yep.
have all of our things. You have to tell us what size shirt you and Honey want.
Yes,
And we'll
we
bring
can
you
them
some,
with
and then
us.
if you want coffee, we can smuggle some in.
Yep, we'll be in Ohio soon.
We'll smuggle it in. Can't guarantee it'll make it there. I might just smell it all to death.
All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We appreciate it. If you guys want to see more shows like this, let us know. Shoot us an email, shoot us a
And what
comment,
you want
let
us
us
to
know.
talk about? We talk about movies. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, this was fun. I think this was
do you
fun.
wanna talk about?
I enjoyed doing this.
I enjoyed it too.
Shoes?
It was a good idea. Shoes.
I don't know. It
No, not shoes.
sounded good.
It was a good idea. You came up with the idea. I thought it was a good idea.
Good job, Dad.
Let's hope they liked it.
It was good.
All
It was
right.
fun. So,
I mean, I'm all for singing Aladdin songs.
Oh boy.
We should do a Disney song.
oh my God. Okay, guys.
Hey, we
will-
already have a good Disney song story.
Bye.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Lindsay and her glasses there.
Good night.
I will be on next week. I won't be out of town, so
Yeah, you will be.
I'll be on the rest of the shows, I think, until.
good.
Don't
yeah.
jinx it, because
I'm not
don't you say
jinxing
you
it.
have to go out of town?
I do, but I planned it around the show, so it
Uh-huh.
should be good.
We'll believe that when it happens. You better be here at the last show.
I will be. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.